Okay.
Technical
All right.
difficulty.
We are live once again with Baba Yaga's Dancing Hunt, the Witch Hunters. Welcome back. We have full cast and crew here, ready to play. So, dive right in. Last week, you guys had delved deep into the tunnels beneath the Gloom Glen. These were subterranean and seemed to start getting closer towards a volcanic activity. A river of lava snaked its way through the base of this place, and all you know is that it had something to do with a ritual known as the rekindling. These elemental creatures known as cinders were getting closer and closer to it. Their goals were within their grasp, and yet those damn goblins had to show up, didn't they? The ones that you kind of spurred to battle in the first place. So you can imagine all kinds of chaos and confusion ensued as soon as the initiative was rolled, and some of you were like, "We can use this ritual." Some of us were saying you should stop the ritual. Some of you were, "Let's just kill everyone," and it was all manner of mayhem. Nonetheless, though, I think you finally picked your side about halfway through the fight and started tearing down the goblins one by one. The um, chieftain Zaga had formed a position on the other side of the burning bridge, and some of you had to run across the lava as it spit across and like landed in your face. Meanwhile, Grizz, you stood stalwart, trying to defeat the huge elemental that now arose from the lake. For it seemed this ritual wasn't like others. This shamanistic cinder threw himself to the lava, and in doing so, he freed his final ember from a cage of charred bone, his last spark. It became one with an eternal fire known as Heladus. And as it rose larger and larger, each cinder that fell in battle, a part of their flaming soul was sneaking away and merged with Heladus, becoming more and more powerful. Eventually, the last goblin was slayed, and so was the last cinder. Wait, actually, there was one goblin that got away. I almost forgot about him. As the last cinder was slayed, the goblins clearly were outmatched by whatever new being this had become and fled through a small tunnel. Unfortunately, you guys, you didn't want to be anywhere near this thing because the heat that it was emitting was so great that it was starting to destroy the actual cavern itself. Large tremors racked the tunnels, cave-ins, and lava spills everywhere. And you thought it best to perhaps leave at this point. Ember, you tried your best to try and get this thing to side with you, seeing as you were kind of the same nature, maybe you could work together. But it only saw you as a fire for its own, and it told you to join it then, told you to become one, become rekindled. And you were like, not quite what I meant. I'm gonna, I'll catch you up later. We'll meet again. But you dove with the others through the tunnels. Cahoots managed to spy a one singular tunnel with a natural 20, an exit for you guys, and it led up a very steep tunnel that you had to power your way through, whilst the lava was kind of cracking through the walls. Um, Dia managed to sprint up there, still with Zaga's mace in hand from where you had recently knocked a block off. As you kind of climbed up, you found air, you found sunlight, and emerging victoriously, I think as Grizz finally pulled you all out with a rope, um, you were out of danger's way, and you leaped off of the actual tunnel, didn't you? As like lava was and fire was flaming behind you. The last thing you saw was a flaming hand of Heladus kind of reach up and try to claw you, Ember, but you escaped its grasp just in time. There's a brief breather where you guys kind of collected yourselves, and you found Grump was running around in panic. So you calmed the beast down and made a harness for him so that you could, or you tried to make a harness. It took a while before you finally got Grump to the very top. And he seems content to kind of join you. Grizz has still got the bone tooth necklace that Zaga held, and it seems like a token that he understands what it means. He understands that his goblin tribe is almost no more, and Grizz, you're like his new companion of sorts. So we are going to jump back in as you guys are heading back towards the hut. So if there's anything you'd like to discuss on the journey there, you can feel free.
Does Grizz find some more berries?
Does he want to find some more berries? If he's looking for them, he might. Okay. Sure. You can give me a survival check.
Right.
Oh my god. First roll of the night's a natural 20. Okay.
Start things off right, Marcus.
Let's do it.
Heck yeah. Okay. There's also more than just berries this time. You're starting to figure out that which parts are cultivated for like ingredients and all kinds of herbs and such. And in addition to berries, which you can harvest 2d6 of, you also find some interesting roots. Oh yeah, there you go. God, you got 10 berries.
Let's go.
That's a top
Oh my god. Oh no. Yes.
You also found let's see, let's roll a d4 for these ones because these are new. Okay, you found 2 roots, and these are normally found in very hot tropical climates, but for some reason they're growing perfectly fine right here. Seems the abundance of magical energy is super heated, maybe? You're not sure.
Hey guys, look what I got.
Don't.
That's pretty good. Wait, what are those though, Grizz? Well, a lot of berries.
It's only your favorite berries.
I'm not eating any more of those. I don't like those berries. They're bad. They're bad. They're very bad. But the other two, what are those 2 roots things you got there? They look interesting.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of these as well. I don't know, it's a bit weird because I don't know. I think I might have seen them before, but I'm pretty sure they only grow in like hot weather.
You can roll me a nature check if anyone wants to figure out what they are.
Yeah, they definitely grow in like hot weather.
Are you pointing these out to us, Grizz?
Yeah, he's holding them up. He's already harvested them.
Cyro kind of ambles over and takes a closer look. Oh, look intriguing.
Oh. 20/20 vision.
Handy.
Okay. They're quite uncommon, but you have heard about them before. They can be cooked, they can be chopped up and mixed into a stew, or you can even try to eat them raw. But either way, you notice they are called Ryath roots. You remember them from probably reading about different jungle environments. They are once ingested, they will give a character a steady constitution for the day. I.e., you get 2d4 temporary hit points. But I'll say with a 20, I'll say that you have to be careful not to eat more than one within a 24-hour period. Otherwise, you can get the spins.
Ryath poops.
Yeah, not just that.
Ah.
The other end as well. That's why it's called the spins, because you're bending over the toilet one way, and then you have to spin.
Oh, good. Grizz, you're really good at finding things in nature and things. Didn't we need to also find some caterpillars? Did you see any caterpillars out there, Grizz?
And mistletoe, I think. But
Oh,
Mistletoe,
hang
what's
on,
that?
all yours at one at a time, please. I can only find so many things.
sorry.
What's
What do you mean again? You need
we
some
need mistletoe?
toes.
Some toes.
Yeah, mistletoe.
Oh,
It's a root.
mistletoe.
It's a pretty white berry that grows from trees. You know.
Tanner
Uh,
goes into his bag and pulls out the mistletoe that he took from the original room. I think I already have this one covered.
Oh,
Ah,
when did you pick that up?
Literally just before we left.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna have to mark that off on the old quest log.
I was gonna say I remember
My
even
bad.
Derek saying, "Oh, nice one. Yeah, good thinking."
Wasn't
Yeah,
there
Alright.
that's my bad.
Wasn't there an additional detail about harvesting the mistletoe?
If there
Well, it
was,
had-
I didn't write it down.
Did it have to be mistletoe from the Gloom Glen?
Not
What?
necessarily, but it's very
No?
rare nonetheless. I think there was one last detail about the mistletoe. I'm trying to think if I told you or not.
Uh-oh.
You could have. We maybe failed as players, so shit happens.
Um, okay.
Not sure.
Tyra
You,
would surely
you remember what you're getting the mistletoe for, right? Sorry,
It
who-
was
For laugh.
Laugh
Christmas.
drill. Laugh drill.
Laugh, correct. Okay.
I mean, Ember doesn't remember because he doesn't remember shit, but Derek
Sure.
remembers. And I think it was Sarah Jane that.
Did she give you any more details about how to get the mistletoe? Or was there? I can't remember. It's been so long.
Sarah
if I don't all I remember is what Derek's got in the journal here about the quest, which is just that we had to bring some mistletoe back from Gloom Glen. And I was just doing it as a favor for
Okay.
her, not for any particular reason. So I don't remember if there's anything particular about
Sure.
how.
Okay.
Okay.
It was...
In that case, I may have not mentioned it. In that case, that's fine. That's not a problem.
Well,
Probably-
you may have mentioned it, and we may have just failed as players to.
It's possible. that was a long time ago in player time.
Our first
Okay,
session.
so
No,
as
it's the children who are wrong.
you're conversing and trying to figure out, oh yeah, do we have mistletoe yet? No, yet. You're probably wondering, Tara, why do they need mistletoe? And if you want to ask them, that may lead to more.
Tyro's, I think, gotten the hang of it that people seem to have their own reasons for coming to the hut, and he's trying not to probe too deeply if he's if it seems to be a personal matter. But if everyone's like in on it, if everyone's like, yeah, let's go get the mistletoe, then he'll.
No,
Yeah,
Ember's
yeah.
just as clueless because Ember doesn't remember anything about being asked to get mistletoe. He
No,
doesn't.
that's
Yeah.
I mean, mistletoe is rather a common herb. I came to understand. Is there something specific we need? Is this not something we can simply purchase from a vendor somewhere?
Well, I
It's-
mean, not really. It just seemed to be any ordinary mistletoe.
It's for that reason that without making it obvious to Tanner what she's doing, Daya is gonna take some mistletoe from the Gloom Glen, even though she knows he already has it, but she wants to make sure that she
okay.
was specifically requested to get it from this place,
Okay.
and so she doesn't know where the stuff in the lobby came from, but she's
Yeah.
gonna sort of discreetly pick some and take it for herself,
Okay, sure.
and just to cover her promise,
Sure.
I guess.
In that case, whilst I'll let you do this with like more like a sleight of hand, and whilst that's happening, Tyro, you can roll me an Arcana check, because as you do point out, isn't mistletoe not as uncommon as what you think? Is it? It's not incredibly rare. It's like a common, well-known thing. Mistletoe is well known to grow in other parts of the world, not just specific to the Gloom Glen. However, you start to recall different components for all types of spells, and it would make sense the wizard would be more familiar with components than others. However, this isn't a wizard spell. This is a druid spell. And the mistletoe in question is something that must be harvested. Because that's so damn high. I'm going to give you the full details. It's for the spell Druid's Grove, and the mistletoe must be harvested with a golden sickle under the light of a full moon. Yes, it's that specific. But you notice that the Gloomglen is in an eternal kind of twilight of sorts. There is the full moon. No stars, oddly enough, but there is a full moon.
We do have a sickle.
It's not a golden sickle, though. I don't think. Is it?
True.
You get a golden sickle?
If that detail wasn't mentioned in session 1, that's fine. It's likely because Laffy is smart enough to know if she can plant her own and then wait for it and then do it herself. But I will say that Tyra, with his incredible breadth of knowledge, has actually heard of the spell and knows the components for it. That's the
Oh, that's on further contemplation, I seem to recall a very powerful spell that would be precisely for this sort of usage. Is that what you had in mind when you were gathering this?
To be perfectly honest, I was doing a favor for someone I don't really know very well, but who runs the potion shop in Small Sprout. I don't know one end of a stick from the other, so she said to get some mistletoe. I know this is the stuff they hang up at wintertime, and yeah, that's all I know.
Well, Tyra kind of nods a bit and says, that's intriguing. Well, one way that I've heard mistletoe used before is as a component in a powerful defensive spell that druids sometimes use to gather trees to themselves and isolate themselves from other parts of the forest in a protective way. I take it if you're giving it to a potion seller, perhaps that's not what it's being used for, but I wonder if there's some connection there. He'll pull out his notebook and start writing that down.
And as you start to describe the actual spell and what it does, kind of reminiscent of what this place is in a way. It's a type of grove. But
Oh, wait. So she's trying to make a grove in Small Sprout? Maybe?
Or she's
'Cause of that- for that
feeding
tree?
the Gloomglen. This is the artificially created forest that we have here.
Well, she had a
Is
little
done-
tree,
is
right?
fueled by this spell. She did have one tree, yeah.
That little guy, the little
Mevo.
Mevo.
Evo. Not him, the character. All right, yeah, maybe.
Potentially, she
Curious.
wants this spell to be able to cast Force More Sprout. I mean, after all, what happened to Bromwell? Maybe she's trying to protect them.
A wise precaution.
Thoughtful.
Well, I suppose we shall find out when we return. In the meantime, I did also promise some caterpillars to the mistress of the kitchens. So Daya's gonna start looking under things, looking under branches. For
Caterpillars?
We should catch our breath a little bit before we,
Oh yeah, I'm fully sitting down on the grass and trying to disguise the fact that I'm exhausted. I oh yes, I have to be down to the ground. That's why I'm
catch our
sitting.
breath and have a look around for a bit. I think maybe.
Oh my god, the mistress of the kitchen, is that what you said?
Yes.
I completely forgot to tell you all.
Ah, what?
What?
What are we missing?
I didn't tell you about what I saw in their basement.
Oh, did you see those like weird
I don't wanna
pentacle
know.
things?
Oh,
Did you
God,
see the
no.
coffins? The cold coffins? That was very strange. I thought so as well.
Oh, but they coffins. I thought
What
they
the?
said
No.
there was like refrigeration units.
I
What have we been eating this whole time?
Well,
what? Don't tell me. I don't want to know, Tanner. I don't want to know. Oh, God, I'm already. Yeah, that hut is terrifying, and I don't want to be scared of the food as well. No.
Has anybody learned the silence spell yet? I found a body, a moving body down there. It was some undead creature stuffed into a bag that chased after me.
Oh my.
No.
What kind of creature? A human creature? An animal?
If it was human, it was partial of a human. Maybe
see.
like the top half.
In a bag, you say?
Well, it was out of the bag chasing me, but it originally was a halfling.
I thought that perhaps the lizard jerky was the worst of it. You gotta be kidding me. That's disgusting. You can't have a dead body in a kitchen. Who does that?
I think we need to just be aware of what we're eating. I dread to think what we've had so far.
Maybe it's a pet.
An excellent point.
Ah,
The
good
sausage is made.
God.
Yes.
As you say that, your stomachs rumble.
In the name of all that is Raziel, why would anyone ever make such a disgusting dinner? That's just
Well, you don't know she was making those sausages from those. I mean, I have
doesn't
her.
matter, Chris.
We
Doesn't
got the
matter.
meat.
You did already know about the lizard jerky, and
And that was really tasty. You
Other-
want some? I've got
other-
plenty.
I don't want nothing.
I'm fine, thank you. Maybe I'll stick to more naturally growing things.
What about berry? Do you want a berry?
No, no, I'm not that risky. I think I lack your sense of adventure, Grizz.
What adventure? I just like berries.
Well, why don't you wait until we've had a bit of a rest before you try one of those? I seem to remember they had an effect on your constitution.
Yeah, they can be a bit spooky sometimes.
A little bit, yeah.
So caterpillars. See, the trick with catching caterpillars is you can't just like walk up to like a plant and just like grabbing them. You've got to be like really patient because sometimes they can be like really shy.
I always find them when I roll logs over. I don't know about you, but
Oh yeah, that one too.
Yeah.
The logs.
the patience. Well,
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
if you
I
go on
wouldn't
to catch
mind.
like really good ones.
Only as you ask, looking for like logs, doesn't appear to be any like dead trees or stumps. If anything, it's just an abundance of life. It doesn't look like a single tree has been felled in this grove.
Well, I
there's-
suppose logs in a
Yeah,
usual forest.
Well, another way to catch them, like,
Ask them.
This is, I might need someone's help because I need someone who's like light on their feet who can catch them if they fall. Just like shake a tree, and then they'll fall off.
One second here. This is kind of place where things aren't done in ways that make sense. That it has a different set of laws. I think that if you just ask the caterpillars maybe to come, Grizz, you speak with the forest, right? Use your forest words to just ask, say, hey, caterpillars, can you come and say hi?
Or maybe you have to sing to them.
Maybe.
Really?
Or,
Grizz the Disney princess.
I don't know.
Let's go.
No, your idea makes a lot more sense, actually, Grizz. Why don't we just shake the tree and Daya can, she's pretty quick.
Let's get down to business.
I'm gonna take a rest
Be
first.
careful not to shake the trees too hard. We don't want to break anything. Just rustle the leaves a little bit. And...
Tyro's gonna clear his throat and go, caterpillars?
Yes.
Yeah, for Glum.
For Glum.
Oh. Well, I have some skill in talking to small creatures. Do you see any of them around? Perhaps I could coax them to come out.
I wouldn't waste a spell on it if it's.
Oh, no, this isn't a spell. This is just a sort of
A hobby.
natural talent one picks up from spending time on a farm.
Well,
I will be honest, I'm a little bit conflicted. I don't want to have a conversation with a creature that perhaps might end up in a potion or a stew or a spice bottle.
Well, isn't that why we're
I would
getting
be. I
Tyro
would.
to talk?
Well, it seems unsporting to lure a creature in to its death.
This would
Oh my
be
goodness, this is just about catching caterpillars. Why do you guys make it so complicated? I'm gonna go find some caterpillars.
Okay, let's go, Grizz. Well, it's Daya's decision, I guess.
I need someone's help though. I'm gonna go find a tree, and then the other person like stands under the tree, and I'm gonna shake it. Not too hard, just like Miss Dyer say.
Okay, I'll stand under the tree with my arms out, feeling very foolish,
Catching whatever falls out.
waiting for caterpillars to rain upon me.
Oh, I'll turn my shield upside down and use it as like a bowl.
Yeah, I'm not standing anywhere near this. I want to be like 30 or 40 feet away from this.
Fucking Taras.
I was about to
Yeah,
say that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know what's gonna fall out of this tree, but I'm scared of the D100 that their DM's about to roll.
1d4 harass, you mean?
Jesus Christ.
So,
Nice.
God. Alright. Time to start shaking. Give me a strength check. But you're not doing it like forcefully, just enough to kind of, get a.
Really gentle, like.
Very
That's it.
gentle.
Like you're trying to get a vending machine to drop your on the ground. It's stuck.
Just strength. Okay.
A little too light. You kind of like just go up to the bark. He sort of places his arms around it, and you don't see any shaking. Just looks like Grizz is hugging a tree right now. He's maybe trying to do it too
Grizz,
like.
do you need some help over there?
Maybe.
Alright, let me take my shield and go stand under.
Okay.
And Tanner's going to take a step back and is going to try and boot it.
Boot the tree.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I'm just going to send
We're
like...
gonna make it mad.
We gotta take our rest first in case this thing tries to kill us.
Oh,
We have no health.
Here we go. 16.
16.
Oh,
Good
God.
boot. You gonna give it a hefty thud, and this reverberation shakes up the tree trunk into the branches, along the little twiggy leaves, and eventually you start to see raining down. A couple of leaves fall down, a couple of twigs loosely, and God, you know what? Let's do a random check actually.
Oh no.
Like you shaking a tree in the Gloom Glen is not like shaking a tree in your backyard.
Oh,
It's terrifying.
You can. Oh man. Tell you what. This is a weird one. Don't want to do the wild magic surge, but I do have an idea in mind. Let's roll a
Yeah.
d20.
D20.
Yeah.
This was supposed to
Okay.
be a minor thing, like picking up milk on the way home from work. When did this turn into this big
Yeah,
risk?
However, that milk is owned by an armed militia.
And is radioactive.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I meant d12. My bad. Roll it. Yeah, you haven't rolled it yet anyway.
Oh,
Roll
do you
a
want me
d-
to?
Yep.
Okay. D12.
What comes out the tree?
4.
4?
4 Tarask.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Alright. Okay. So, I mentioned last time that the trees were kind of full of these little lights, glowing things. Where is the
Hmm.
artwork I had for it? Can't find it. Doesn't matter. You've seen it before. Regardless, the tree shakes hard enough that you hear a wow, and you see a small fairy falling down and tumbling and lands straight into the shield. Yeah. What?
Ah!
Well, we know a caterpillar.
What are you doing?
We're
That was-
looking for caterpillars.
Yeah, so was I. Why
What?
do you?
Oh.
Yeah. Why'd you kick the tree? That's rude.
Thought Gris, you could understand him? He just sounds like he's talking weirdo elvish gibberish. I can't hear it. What's he
Wait,
saying?
is it speaking Sylvan?
It can speak in common.
Oh,
this
my
one.
bad. So,
Yeah. It kind of looks around, noticing you lot. You know, if you kick a tree in this place, expect to get kicked back. You know that, right? This place matches your emotions.
We're so sorry. We were trying to be gentle as possible.
Well, I was.
Sometimes the execution doesn't always meet the expectation.
Mm.
We were looking for caterpillars, cocoons, and you say you were looking for them as well.
I
Do
was.
they live in this tree?
Until I got kicked out the tree.
My
We're
bad.
so sorry.
I do know where to get them, though.
Ooh.
Would you be willing to share that information?
Yeah, well, this is the same tree you were shaking, but
Hmm.
instead you got me. So, very rude. Still,
So by saying like it matches our emotion displays. So if we just start thinking about caterpillars and they'll just like appear or something.
you could try that.
Okay, I will try that.
Come on, Grace. Give me a hand with the tree again. We'll give it another shake and think of the
Okay.
caterpillars.
Yeah.
And I'll assist you.
Okay.
Caterpillars are gonna fall off this tree.
yes, Gris. Keep digging,
And they're
Gris.
gonna shake it really hard.
Ah, bravo, bravo! I will cheer for Gris's performance.
If you want to get a caterpillar, you should try stroking the tree.
Ah! Ember starts laughing like a small child.
Tree likey.
Extra silky caterpillar coming right up. How you
I just fucking imagine the tree just was.
Aw.
Give the tree a good massage.
Oh god. Okay, I'll try this. I'll try that. Tree. No, tree.
Oh, it's so going to be a freaking ent, isn't it?
All right. How do you give me? If you're gonna try and masseuse the tree, give me a performance check or something. Something else.
Do like a wax
Everyone likes a good strong massage. That's
wax in, wax off.
no,
motion.
get your palms
Yeah.
in there, Grizz.
Give me a performance check plus your strength. So this is
That'll be 17.
17 is a good masseuse. You really get the fingers into all the nooks and crannies of the bark, and you start to see the tree kind of not melt, but it definitely seems to like wiggle a bit and sway to and fro, way more than what happened when you was like shaking it. And as it kind of sways to and fro, eventually you start to see something else wriggling its way down the tree trunk, and there is a very large caterpillar. It's super fluffy as well. Looks like a big cushion coming towards you.
Look!
And it's
Oh yeah, there's your caterpillar.
It's
Catch
a
it!
big one.
Catch it!
got purple hair.
I'm gonna extend my arm out to it and try and lure it to come and crawl in my arm.
Okay, yeah, it comes and crawls. It crawls across, and it kind of looks up around, looks curious, looks wondering, kind of like tilts his head, almost intelligent-like, as if he kind of wonders who you are and what you're doing here, kind of thing.
I will feed it some of the leaves that had fallen down when the tree was shaken.
Sure. It kind of it nibbles on on one, and then it actually kind of nods its head again, almost like it thanking you. It seems intelligent for some strange reason.
Oh
And
no.
how big is it? Like
And
comparatively,
it's larger than a
size of
normal
a.
caterpillar. I'd say it's about the size of like your thumb from.
Okay. I was picturing something the size of an otter when you said pillow. So
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like from the tip of your thumb to your wrist.
Okay.
Yeah.
A caterpillar.
It's a larger than normal caterpillar. And you've never seen one with purple hair before either. And that's when it suddenly kind of hits you. You remember that this place doesn't really have natural creatures in it. The Gloom Glen is home to mythical and enchanted things. And you look across, and even Grump right now, as much as he has kind of the mannerisms of a boar, he doesn't resemble one, not with those huge, curled, spiky tusks of his.
I
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
I will ask the pixie or the fairy that came that fell down. Hey, that was a really good, clever way to things done. I'd like to say thank you. What's your name though? If I want to say thank you, I need to know your name.
Yeah. My name,
Yeah.
Always want to find out Faye's name. That's another rude gesture, I would say.
What?
Makes
No.
Two strikes.
Huh? Nah, I.
You can just call me Ford Caesar.
Bob Caesar. Okay.
I like that better.
I have no confidence talking to you fake creatures. You're all so confusing, illogical.
Illogical?
It's frustrating.
You're the one wearing clothes.
What? What? Of course I'm wearing clothes. It's cold. What are you talking about? You're making no sense.
It's not cold.
Never mind. Never mind.
As it says, why are you wearing clothes? The actual caterpillar seems to like kind of nod its head up and down in like mock laughter. And actually I think Taro would actually understand it as well. And
Put some pants on.
yeah, even though it's super quiet, there is a voice behind the nodding. And it says that is kind of strange.
Taro will sort of like squint at the caterpillar, a little surprised, and he'll say, squeak.
It turns to you and goes, "Oh, good day to you too. How are you?"
Well, this is an unexpected surprise, in caterpillar voice. He's going to turn and look at everyone and say, this caterpillar seems to be a bit more intelligent than their kin. How is your afternoon going?
Oh, it was really tasty leaves. That's mostly what I've been doing all day. Just eating. I feel so gorged, in fact. I might just have a long nap.
It's the very hungry caterpillar. We got the very hungry caterpillar.
You got the very full caterpillar.
Oh, I see. You're planning on becoming a butterfly of sorts at points?
A what?
Oh, wasn't expecting to have to explain the birds and the bees to Ascension Caterpillar, but he'll sort of like he'll cast a minor illusion to show a picture of a butterfly and say, one of these?
Kind of like squints forward. I've seen those around, but can't say take much interest in them. They're distracting things, buzzing around while I'm trying to eat.
Oh, I see. Well, sometimes certain caterpillars turn into butterflies as a part of their life cycle. Is that something your parents taught you about?
My parents, I woke
Yeah,
up.
where did you come from?
I woke up and was just really hungry. I just started eating. That's
Oh.
all I've ever known. There were lots of us actually, but don't know where they're up. Don't know where they are.
I see.
Kept on eating and didn't look back.
I'm really struggling if we're talking to a caterpillar or Chris at this point.
Yeah,
Just woke up and
First-
started
I
eating.
may have self-inserted a bit
Is
here.
made some sausages.
Is Tyro saying all this in common?
no,
Or
this is all
he
like
got it-
caterpillar squeaking.
Okay.
Yeah, like literally
There you
caterpillar.
go, just Taro, okay.
So what, Tyro?
I mean,
what is it saying?
Well,
Is
it seems to be
Is
a
it
little
scared?
uncertain about its ancestry, but it doesn't seem very scared. It seems like it's ready to settle down for a nap. I
Oh,
wonder
okay.
if these caterpillars are these the sort that you were seeking?
Yep. that's the one.
It seems unusual, so I think so. And I'm gonna stroke it on its back and try and sort of pat it to sleep, and
Oh.
and keep it on my arm.
Yep.
Tyro's
It-
going to say, do you know where any other caterpillars that look like you might be?
What? What? He started to nod off. Well,
The snoring caterpillar sounds.
yeah. It's like, but this caterpillar looks around and goes, wait. Oh, more of us. Let me think. There's probably some up there. We kind of all started eating in different directions, but yeah, there's bound to be a few of us. I feel like I'm just gonna, and you start to see him like wrap himself up in his own mucus. I'm just gonna,
Okay, I cocoon myself. That's what we need. We need a cocooned caterpillar.
Do I get a sense if this creature is like ordinary or about to turn into like a monstrous version of like a butterfly?
roll an Arcana check. 11? Oh, that's not good for you. Definitely gonna turn into a Tarask.
Oh, God.
You're unsure. He definitely has
Very-
unnatural qualities. But you just suddenly remembered, as Ember pointed out, cocoon. That's the one. And now you realize why the old ladies would like to get their hands on one. It's because cocoons are part of a component, not the caterpillars themselves.
Oh, well, this seems like I'm happy to sort of conduct a search if this would be helpful for any more of these creatures if you're still on the hunt for caterpillars. It seems like this one's taking a nap now, though.
Yep, I'm just tucking myself in.
Well, I'm thinking I don't know much about entomology, but if there's one in this tree, there may be others. So yeah, Daya's gonna, while still petting the little sleeping cocoon, she's gonna sort of reach up into the branches of this tree and sort of in the leaves and see if there's anything else that she can find.
Sure.
Maybe climb on the lower branches up.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though, the strangest thing is, as you're watching him kind of like tuck himself in with this cocoon, the it starts off like translucent, right, very thin, and then it starts to harden. But as it's hardening, it seems to keep its translucent like quality to it, and it's kind of like this pale see-through color, slightly bluish. And as you're just watching him fully complete this cocoon, the caterpillar inside suddenly vanishes out of the cocoon. Gone.
Okay. I'm gonna tap it and examine it to see.
You
It's
tap it and it kind of
disappeared.
breaks. Yeah, you kind of tap it and it breaks slightly. Like
Oh,
It feels like old and slightly, what's the word, crumbly. Like it's empty,
dear.
like a husk. It feels lighter in your hands as well, suddenly.
I'm gonna cradle it and show it to Tyro. Go, did it say anything about transportation? Teleportation?
Oh my goodness, Miss Di, did you kill it?
Disappearing, turning into air.
Tyro shakes his head and looks a little confused. What do you mean?
I'll show him the thing and said it was sleeping here and it just
Oh,
it's
oh my.
there. Yes.
Have I ever heard of a disappearing caterpillar before?
Mm, the fairy flies over and goes, "Oh, you got a good one. The hell looks mostly intact too,
Do
and right in
they
the palm of your hand." What?
always disappear? Oh,
Well, not all of them, but these ones do.
interesting.
They're phase caterpillars.
Phase caterpillars.
Mm-hmm.
Phase into what? Do they transform into again?
It has transformed, but it's also transported.
Where does it transport to?
Some other place. The fairy shrugs. And at this point, you can roll me an Arcana check, Tyro, to see if you have heard of something like that. And anyone else who is interested in phase creatures. Yeah, that's
I
better.
would. I'll get in
You-
on that.
You've heard of
Yeah.
phase spiders? They're a thing, and they live on the ethereal plane. And seems like Ember, you've heard of them as well. They can be native to the Underdark, the Feywild, pretty much anywhere, because phase spiders aren't normally they're not like native to one place. They can go between worlds, kind of like that's why they're called phase, I guess. But most of the time, they exist in the ethereal plane if they're not in the material. And it seems like the nature of magic here is unlocked a new type of phase creature, a phase caterpillar. And if it has transported, it's also probably metamorphosized in part of that transformation, and now is likely bloomed elsewhere as a beautiful whatever it is. Perhaps it's
How-
a butterfly, perhaps it's a moth.
This all
Whatever.
happened in like 2 minutes. Like it happened super quick.
Yeah, either that or there's a cocoon that exists in the ethereal plane now, and you're left with the small husk that's on the material. Either way, you definitely have a cocoon, and
It's extraordinary. I am utterly charmed. And I'm gonna keep looking in the. I'm gonna hold it very carefully in my palm and keep searching the tree for more.
So I think that she only requested one.
Just one.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
I'm gonna look for more anyway.
okay, sure. Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Survival.
19. Okay, yeah. You know what? You're starting to see some more. And it was hard to spot them at first because they were so translucent. But now that you know what you're looking for, you actually do see them. You kind of perhaps catch them in the light. These little small slithery things. And they're just hanging there off a couple of leaves. So you can find 3 more.
Okay. I will also. I'll take those 4.
Yeah.
And yeah, tuck them into my pockets to take with me very carefully, so as
Okay.
not to break them.
They are very, very delicate.
Yep.
And you see the fairies also kind of shining light glowing around, and that's probably what that light hits, so that you can see it clearer. That's how she's found them. Ooh, all right, cool. You've got some caterpillars. Sorry,
Cool.
cocoons. And yeah, if you wanted to take one for yourself as well, Tyro, you totally could. That's
I think Tyro's very
you did
interested in them, but if Daya needs them for something, he's not going to like be like, give me that or whatever.
No, that's true. But do you use a arcane focus, right, rather than a?
He does, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not an issue. You don't need one. Cool. All right. No worries. All right. And I think you guys are gonna head back in, unless there's anything else you'd like to do.
Just to rest. I was hoping that while this was going on to try to take a bit of a breather. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. You wanted to take a short
Take a
rest.
little short
Grizz.
rest.
I mean, just in case we wind up in some trouble, right, guys? We don't want to be
If the HUD attacks us as we're trying to get back in.
You know, I don't know. Like Grizz is one shot. You're pretty much shot.
That's absolutely
yeah.
fine. Yeah, as part of this little,
Tanner got all his health back.
whilst you're all like either waiting around or watching this beautiful transformation take form, you can take a short rest, and I'll say spend some hit dice and such.
Cool.
You spend an
I will
hour
do so.
chilling in the Gloom Glen, learning about phase caterpillars.
While we're taking this short rest, Tyra is going to, or I should say before we take it, Tyra is going to ritually cast Tiny Hut.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. That's a phase spider, by the way.
Ah, you
Aw.
bastard.
Sorry.
Oh,
Utter
look at that.
bastard.
You okay over there?
I enjoyed the retro.
We've got arachnophobia. My bad.
Oh shit, my bad.
Fucking hate you so much.
Cute one though. Look at him.
No, I jumped.
Surprise spider. Feel a lot better now. It's a cool little hut, Tyro. Wow, look at this. It's nice and calm in here, but it looks like we can't. Wow, very nice.
Does he have
Well,
a
I could-
password, Tyro?
What's that?
Does he have a password?
It does not. As long as you're one of the people who is in the hut when it gets created, you can freely leave and enter as you choose. I mean, we can invent a password, but that would make you feel better, Grizz.
Yeah, that's right.
Chris.
What does
have
the
I-
hut-
That's all right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cam.
As I don't need to actually patch myself up or anything, would I be able to get an hour of reading the book on humanoids?
Speak up.
Would I be able to start reading into the book of humanoids that I picked up?
Oh, yes. Yeah, sure, why not? So, you got human, elfum, dwarfum, gnomum. Dun, 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 dun. No one knows that. Okay, cool. So the humanoids listed are all the obvious ones, the ones in the PHP, for example. And towards the back of the book, looks like there was an expansion added later to this book. There's a chapter called Xanathar's. No, it's called Volo's Guide to Everything. There is a race so damn strong and tall that they were thought giants for the longest time, but perhaps they weren't too far off. For Goliaths are indeed the sort of offspring of Giant King and humans, I believe. Let me just check.
And I'm assuming
Yeah.
these humanoids fit what I'm looking for.
Well, they are a mountain peak dwelling folk, and they train where the air is thin and frigid winds howl. They're very reclusive, and few folk can ever claim to have even seen a Goliath. Fewer still can claim friendship with them, for Goliaths wander a bleak realm of rock, wind, and cold. Their bodies look as if they've been carved from mountain stone, but that's also what gives them that great physical prowess. Their spirits take after the wandering wind, making them nomads who wander from peak to peak. Their hearts are infused with the cold regard of the frigid realm, leaving each Goliath with the responsibility to earn a place in the tribe, or die trying. It's very much like survival of the fittest for them out there. But some say that they are relatives of giants. Some say that they are simply just mountain folk that have grown so strong over generation and generation in the harsh environments. But there is a sort of air of mystery about them, as few have ever been documented, and like you say, they're reclusive, and ones that are come across are usually ones fought, not ones befriended.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's about the only the one that fits the bill the most has got to be that.
Okay.
There's one last detail about it. They've said in battle, because again, just the most kind of experience in meeting them in battle is they've people have witnessed Goliaths shrugging off injuries as if it was nothing. They've seen like boulders land on top of them or arrows strike them in like, mortal wounds taken, but completely shrug them off as if striking a sword to a stone. And that's something you've seen Grizz do occasionally before.
Yeah.
Not all the time, not just every hit. But it seems when a really nasty hit is about to come in, there's this endurance that manifests. In fact, you even saw it when he landed from at great height as he jumped out of the caves themselves. When his body hit rock, it was like stone on stone.
Okay.
It's very possible he could be a Goliath. But there's one last difference actually. Something that is markedly noticeable. It seems like Goliaths paint themselves in like war paint, tribal markings and such. Grizz seems to lack those.
Some likenesses.
No, there's something that isn't similar. Grizz doesn't have any war paint or tribal markings, whereas it's detailed here that most Goliaths that have been encountered are always with kind of markings over their head and such.
Does it say anything about them wearing like the pelts of their
Furs, leathers, yeah, the usual kind of thing you would imagine in cold climates.
Oh, okay. I was thinking rather than instead of like tribal paint, it's more bare on head.
Not instead of. No.
Okay. All right. I'll keep that information tucked away for now. I'll plan on doing a bit more research and maybe ask the others for help.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
The rest of you guys, you finished your short rest?
Yeah, mostly
Okay.
uneventful. I would just be looking through my book on the plane of fire, but I'm not looking for anything specific, so that's just what I'd be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tyra just keeps detailing what they've found so far. He's probably going to chronicle what he saw about the fire elemental-ish creature that seemed to be the living form of the rekindling, just so he can think about that some more and see what he knows about that for later.
All right. Yep. So, yeah, the rekindling was something that no one had ever heard about before, and if Baba Yaga herself had not heard of it and asked you to investigate, it's likely very new or forgotten lore, one of the two. Regardless, after you finished your short rest, you can make yourselves or take yourselves towards this. The same familiar skeletal fence.
Skeletor.
Skeletor is sitting there, unmoving. The skulls atop sit eerily, their eyes slightly aglow, very dim. And in the center, the hut.
I'll walk up to Skeletor. Hey there, Skeletor. Listen, we're coming back now. The Baba Yaga, the matron mother herself, is expecting us. But also, if you don't mind, could you please schedule an appointment with Lady Mora? We'd be very keen on having an audience with her as well. If you could get right to that, quick snap pronto, it'd be very appreciated. Thank you.
You see the bones of the fence align vertically so that it kind of makes teeth in a mouth, and it opens up. An appointment, Lady Mora.
Yes,
Right
very, very good. Thank you, Skelador. Good work.
I still love
And good
Skeletor.
work to you.
Yeah, okay. Here we go, I guess.
One word of warning.
Oh, yes. What's that?
The hut. You see one of the skulls on the fence turn towards it, as if looking towards the actual hut itself. Seems as though it's grown restless inside its confines.
Is it wanting to leave?
It would seem so. And you do see that the large hut is actually pacing around the outskirts.
Huh.
Shit. What the?
What's wrong with it?
It wants to leave.
What?
Not without us. We have to get in there.
Does it often leave the this area?
Only when Baba Yaga deems it necessary.
I see. Should we be troubled by this change?
It can be a fickle creature, but it may need to just go for a walk, stretch its leg. Doesn't like to be cooped up inside for too long.
Of course, that makes sense. I thank you for your words of advice. And I'm gonna go through the gate and head towards the hut.
Okay. As soon as you open up the gate, there, you suddenly see the huge hut rushing towards
Daya!
you.
What are you doing?
Towards you.
Uh-oh.
Ember like starts really panicking and like extremely frightened and backs up like a good 20 feet. What the? Get it away from me! I don't like that hut.
Oh, and I have no spell slots to help you.
I'm gonna call out, little hut, open your door.
Little hut, little hoe.
I'll say it twice just to make sure I get it nice and clear.
No, I think it's show us your door.
Show me your door.
Show me your door. I'll try
Try
that.
that one, Daya.
The actual door, Skeletor, says, in or out? And he's like looking towards you, Tanner.
In?
Okay. Alright, then you see the mouth open wider.
Oh, I drag Ember in.
Drag.
Well, I might resist this. I don't know. We'll have to see.
No, that's
I
cool,
might-
that's
I
cool.
might- Actually, no. I'm gonna make that a saving throw if we can. No, I'm trying to fight him off as he tries to pull me.
Right. If so, normally it's a contested athletics or acrobatics, like a grapple. Sure, your mind is definitely in fear right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to push him away, but I'm unable to as he pulls me harder through the. And I'm terrified now.
I just
Full
kind of,
panic.
like throw you over my shoulder and
I
I have you facing away from the hut, so you're not like staring at it. So hopefully it's a little ease.
Let me go, Tanner. What the?
No, we will get you over this at some point. But we need to get inside.
Hey,
And Tyro, finally, are you going inside?
Yeah, I mean, I think Cyro's like, this. I dislike the unconventional nature of the way the doors in this place operate, but, you know,
this sort of-
Okay.
there's no accounting for taste.
On that, we are 100% agreed. I will.
Okay. The door suddenly, all the bones go back to a fence-like formation, and I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Oh dear.
Round 2 with a hut.
Oh boy.
I was
we took
hoping we
that
wouldn't have
short
to
rest.
do this. Ugh.
As you say that, though, Dyer, the door does open up once again, and it's swinging wide open off its hinges. But it's stomping towards you. Doosh, doosh, doosh.
Token selected.
I don't see Cahoots on the match or a Drakus token on.
Okay, Draco hits on. Yeah. Okay. The hut is on. Did you roll its initiative? Oh god, it's right at the bottom. Okay, so everyone's gonna have a turn before it. That's fine. Okay, so Ember, you're up first. You just see the
Yeah.
hut rushing towards you. You're being fireman carried by Tanner right now. And we can consider
No. This is gonna be in a full panic. Ember looks at it. No! Reaches out his hand and fires a beam of energy, of flaming energy. And as it pulses across, it impacts the front of the hut and explodes violently. A beam that you've not seen him do yet, but very similar to the beam that was projected by the large wand that was given earlier. And the hut will and the beam will then explode to a fireball that
God.
sized.
You're gonna
In pure
fireball the
panic.
hut.
I'm in pure panic.
Oh god. Okay. All right.
Fear of the hut, man. It's a terrible curse.
Yep.
Okay. The fireball explodes in this huge radius of fire. Leaves a crater in the ground. The trees which were there are now scorched to stumps. The explosion wrecks everything around. Even the skulls atop suddenly get washed in this flame. Actually set ablaze. Like 2 of the skulls nearest actually are set ablaze, and they continue burning as well.
Yeah. That's my turn as he's just in a complete panic. He's being grappled, so he can't move. He has no move speed right now because he's grappled, so he's not going to run away.
As the dust settles and the smoke clears, the hut is still standing there, though a little bit scorched on the outside. Doesn't look like the hut actually set ablaze as well. It looks like it's somehow very fire resistant. After all, there's a chimney gouting flame from it that seems to be fully ablaze as well right now. Alright, Tanner, you can go.
This again. So I'm going to drop Ember on the floor. Just pop him down. And I'm gonna take a few steps forward. 5, 30.
One other way. You hear the door say.
What was that?
You hear the door shout, "The other way."
What, this way?
Not the hut isn't actually there. This is going to be the hut here.
No, that's what I was going
You're
for.
running towards the hut and not away from the hut.
Oh no, I want to go towards the hut. And how tall's the hut in total? It's like 10 foot, isn't it? 20 foot.
God, no, it's at least 15 foot high.
15 foot. That's fine. Cool. So I am going to hold my action to tackle the hut.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, little hut, pipe the fuck down.
Pipe the fuck down.
Okay, pipe the heck down. He's a paladin. He watches his language.
I raise your asshole. Calm down.
And yeah, so I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay. All right. That's gonna be your action, Dire.
Okay. Feeling slightly guilty for having initiated the combat, Daya is going to run right up to the hut, and she's going to try and sort of parkour up the branches and climb the legs to get to the door.
Okay.
Like,
A lot of the branches are kind of like burnt and now just charcoal.
Yeah.
Give me an acrobatics though.
I'm making for the door.
Mhm. Oh, that's good.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So some of the branches snap and break, but you don't lose your balance. You're able to nimbly kick off, jumping from branch to branch. Eventually, the hut is kind of level with you, and you leap towards the door. And yeah, the hut is charging forward at that time. So we'll see if you can. Wait, how much movement have you got from there?
I've got 45 feet.
Oh, okay. So you do actually make it to right there, right?
Mm.
Okay, cool. In that case, then, when it goes around to its turn, you're kind of like mid-air at the moment, like ooh, leaping from the branch straight towards the door. Okay, Kahoot.
Okay.
Cahoots perches on top of one of the skulls and watches the situation unfold placidly while he like digs out a bug in his feathers.
Brave bird. The skull, kind of like the two eyes in its socket, lurch upwards slightly. There's a slight flaring to the eyes. They get brighter and brighter.
Cahoots decides he'd better step on a fence post instead.
As he sits on the fence post, there's two eye beams that shoot up and into the sky.
Oh
Oh,
no.
God. Oh, God.
Make two new stars in the night sky.
Bye, Cahoots.
I don't think he was here. You never witnessed what happened to the poor fairy that tried to cross the threshold.
Right, wait, Dana, what's the plan?
Brace.
Steady.
Starter. I'm
Okay.
planning on hopefully dropping it. So if you want to get next to me, grab another leg, and hopefully Tyro might want to move to the left a bit so he doesn't get crushed.
Okay, let's go. Oh,
Oh my god, you're forming like a American football or like a rugby, like what's it called? Scrum. It's like a
Line.
scrum.
Yeah.
All right, Tyro.
Front line.
Yeah, front line.
So
action.
Tanner has said that he wants Tyro to be next to him.
To move to the side because I'm thinking if we trip it and it works, then that's going straight on you, my friend.
Oh, I see. So you want me like here? Is that what you're saying?
So if you like move to the side.
Oh, that side.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sure. Yeah, Tyro will. He's a little uncertain about exactly what's happening with like fireballs being cast and Tanner trying to seemingly like grab all these things, but he's willing to go along with the plan. He'll step over here and he will cast. Well, he won't cast. And actually, he'll ready an action to cast Minor Illusion if Tanner doesn't successfully grapple the hut. Or doesn't, like, stop it.
What action is he holding? The spell.
He's holding the cast a spell action, yeah.
I'm gonna need to know what spell it is you cast, and then the trigger.
It's minor illusion, and the trigger is if Tanner doesn't
Doesn't.
succeed in stopping it.
Gotcha. All right. Okay, so Hub's turn charges forward, and yeah, Dyer, you literally you lined yourself up perfectly with that acrobatics check, such that when the hut charges, you kind of meet it mid-air and roll in through the front door.
Okay.
The
Do I get to move now, or do I have to wait until my turn?
you just used your movement last time, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. What was you?
Well,
what was you putting your action to do?
the plan was to get to the door and attach a rope inside and see if I can extend it out to the others.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna, I guess, get started on tying the rope. I don't know if I can do that all in one turn, but
Yep,
that's what I would like to do.
You can start to pull out the rope, but
Yeah.
you'll probably get it sorted next turn. But as for now, the door slams shut, as it always does. One permittance, it seems.
Mhm.
Nonetheless, you're inside the hut and getting out your rope. The hut continues to drive forward, and at this point, Tanner and Grizz make me, I guess, both. Are you both grappling, or would you like one of you to do it with advantage?
Grizz will help
You're
Tanner.
shoving, aren't you? You're shoving.
No, I'm grappling. So I want to trip it.
The hut is too large to actually physically grapple. But I wouldn't say you could try and shove it. Because I think it needs to be a large creature.
Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit there, Chris.
The hut's a large creature. Sorry, it's a huge creature, so you can only shove it. You can't really grab it. You could definitely shove it though.
Can we shove its legs?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you can only grapple something that's large or smaller.
Gotcha. Yeah, no worries. So yeah, I'll go for the shove at its leg.
Okay, all right.
Athletics.
Go ahead, roll the athletics check.
With advantage. 21.
Ooh, 21. 21.
It's not as good as what I'd like it to be, but.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. Alright. Try
So-
as you might.
Wait, didn't he have advantage?
He did.
Yeah.
This has got pluses to it. He does get
Oh.
over a 20.
Damn.
With a natural, only a natural
God
20 is
freaking damn it.
even more. So I'm afraid this thing starts barreling through you.
What does that trigger?
Does-
The minor illusion.
Yep.
So Cyro holds out his hand, and he's going to use the auditory feature of the minor illusion to mimic Baba Yaga's voice, and this combination of sort of screeching, impossibly old, crone-like voice emanates from a point in space just behind Tanner, and it'll say, "Stop!"
Okay. Oh. Okay, I'll roll it something. Because it hasn't taken its action yet. So I'm gonna have it. What's your spell save DC?
That's a good question. I think it changed now. It is 16.
Oh.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. Alright. You see that the legs were quite literally about to trample over Tanner and Grizz after they tried to shove them. And immediately they screech to a halt as both legs dig into the dirt. Bits of mud and like turf sticks up into your face, Tanner and Grizz. But the hut has suddenly stopped at such a huge stopping point. Like it was charging, it's just gone stationary immediately.
Good work. Go, 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 go. Get it?
Dai, you feel none of this whiplash. Inside, this hut is still perfectly still.
Okay, I'm frantically, um, yeah, putting the rope together, getting like tying it to the something inside the hut, and getting ready to open the door on my turn.
Okay. Embo, you would have a go before this has happened.
I would just move back, just watching everything unfold. Not gonna. Would the hut be considered hostile towards me right now, or is it just crazed in general? Like, is it like can I use friends right now? Is what I'm asking.
You could try.
I don't know about you, and I'm allowed to even try because it says you
Oh yeah.
on a
that's right.
creature that isn't hostile to. I assume it is, right?
After you
don't
put
know.
the fireball on it? Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll just back up and both hands on the wall and just stare like in absolute fear, like, guys, what? That's my turn.
Okay. Alright, Tanner.
Okay. So I'm going to begin my ascent up.
You're gonna climb up his legs.
Yep.
Alright. The door is also still shut, but you can roll me an athletics check. Climb up.
No worries. As I'm climbing up, I'm like, little hut, show me your door. Oh crap, that's a 9 because it's not advantage.
As you say, little hut, open your door. It does open the door just as you get like head height with it, and it cracks you in the face, and you fall back.
God.
You can take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you land back down onto the floor.
My armor just kind of goes like.
For a moment, Di, you swear you saw Tanner, but nah, it was probably just imagination.
Must have been the wind.
It's just the house settling. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's my turn.
You can try again, I'll say, because that was your movement. It was your movement to try and climb, but you can try again with an action.
18. There we go.
But, you get back up to the top, and you do see Tanner this time, except he's got a massive bruise on his head. And it's like square shaped as well.
Is the door open right now?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
And it's your turn as well, Di.
And it's my turn. Then I will toss out the rope that I have carefully tied to something sturdy inside the hut and reach out to Tanner to try and pull him in.
Okay. Tanner, you get up. You're inside the hut.
Ah, thank you.
No problem.
I hate this thing.
And I will also shout, little hut, show me your door to keep the door open.
Okay. It opens again.
And I'm like waving it at the others to try and go like, come on.
Okay.
And I'll grab hold of the rope and wait.
All right.
Yeah, just hold arms out to try and help them in when they get there.
Yeah.
Would Cahoots like to fly in, or would you like to help someone?
Yeah, Goots is happy to be away from these skulls.
I don't like flying things. Small flying.
Excellent.
All right,
Kind of like
Bruce,
hops in.
You're off again. You see a rope dangled next to you, Grizz.
Wait, hang on. Wait, Ember, are you coming?
You can't.
We'll find out on my turn.
He seems paralyzed in fear. He hasn't got a single step closer to the thing
Damn it!
in the last minute.
We never leave a man behind.
No.
Alright, get on. Okay, listen, yeah? Close your eyes, get on my shoulder.
Oh my
Okay, okay, Chris, thank you. I'll try to climb on his shoulder.
God. Okay.
And then, I think that was 25 feet. Oh shit, Grom!
Oh no!
forgot. He looked like he took a doze off in the forest. You forgot about him.
Okay. Obviously, the door is not gonna be. It's gonna be way too big for the door, right?
Is
Into
this
the hut.
one with you? Is this one of yours? The door says.
Oh yeah, so, yeah. He is Grump. He is our companion and my friend.
I'll have to open a little wider for this. You see him like yawn this mouth open, stretching and bending some of the bones until eventually it's like hyper extended, and Grump charges in.
Okay, wait, Grump, stay. I'll come back for you later, but just stay here. Like inside, don't go away. I'll get you some food later. And then he'll use his dash action to move back up next to the
Up to the right.
hut next with Ember, and then just sort of grab hold of the rope and then wait for our friends to pull them up.
Okay. I'll say you could actually pull them up on your. Well, right now, if you wanted to, because you're like holding your action with the rope. So you absolutely could try and lift them up if you want. But Tyro, you're going to be up after that.
Alrighty. Tyro. So the door is currently open now.
It is, yeah.
Tyro's gonna hold his action. Like seeing that, like getting in the door is gonna involve climbing up a rope. He's looking a little nervous about that, so he's going to ready an action to cast Misty Step, and he will wait until Ember and Grizz are safely in.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or I should say one of Ember or Grizz.
Grump's just going to hold his movement, and the hut. Look. It looks around, like turns, even though it doesn't have eyes. It seems to be discerning where the voice of Baba Yaga came from, and notices that she is nowhere in sight. But does see a new visitor inside, Grump, and it doesn't start like charging, but it does start like walking with one foot, and it seems to wait after about 2 seconds to see if there's like any voice like telling it to stop again, and then takes another step and starts chasing after Grump. Grump's obviously gonna use his movement to run away. It squeals as it does, and that's it. That's when the hut starts giving chase. Tyro, it's coming straight towards you. It might trample you if you're.
Okay, he'll probably cast Misty Step at that point then.
Okay. All right. You teleport inside. And just as that happens, I think the rest of you guys. Oh, wait. 1 second. Teleportation. You need to roll me a charisma check. I think it's a charisma check. 1 second. 1 second. I'll just check the. Because you're teleporting into the hut, which is slightly different from what everyone else has done till this point. It is a charisma check. Sorry, it's a saving throw.
A saving throw or a check? Sorry.
It's a saving throw.
Saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this a magical effect?
It is, but it's not something that's like being inflicted on you. It's something that you're trying to attempt. I guess it is. It is magical.
It says you. So I'm asking in the context of gnome cunning.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
$14. Okay. Strangely, as you try to teleport, you feel yourself bouncing off of something, like physically, but also like mentally. It's weird. It's a strange mixture of your actual person, radioactive form can't be pushed into the hut itself. And just at that moment, you feel like physically being hit by the door. You suddenly blink, your eyes wide open, and you're back where you started. You never even managed to step like an inch with your spell.
Oh, Tyro's very interested in that. He's like half tempted to pull out his notebook at that point, but decides that this might not be the best time.
Just as you contemplate going for the notebook, it starts trampling towards you, and I need you to make. I need you to make a. Have a look. Oh god, yeah, it's a strength saving throw. It's not going to be a strong suit.
That's pretty good.
No, that's actually really good. Wow, okay. Not bad at all. Alright, you only take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're not knocked prone. You kind of get a little bit of a kick from the back of the leg. It doesn't look like it was trying to deliberately trample you. It was going after Gromp, and as you try to like pull yourself together, you're just small enough that you fit between the legs. But it does sort of like just kicks you with its back heel as it passes on. There's also still a dangling Grizz and Ember from a rope. They're trying to get past you.
Tuck and roll!
Yeah. Meanwhile, the hut's chasing Gromp like a
What's happening?
greased up pig. Alright, Ember.
How precarious is this for me right now? Like, am I stuck on? Like, I'm holding on Grizz. Am I able to jump into the door?
Yeah,
like,
I'll say that you could get up with Grizz
just.
if you wanted.
So am I like I'm like parallel to the door right now, kind of hanging on the rope.
Yes.
Then Ember wants to get the hell out of here, and the easiest way to get the hell out of here is to jump through this door. So he's going to selfishly not even consider how he's going to get his companions, and he's just going to jump through the door.
Okay. He jumps through the door ahead of you, Grizz, and just as that happens, the door slams shut on the rope. And I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw, Grizz. As the rope is also magically separated.
Yeah.
Not cut, but just seems like it suddenly ceases to connect.
Does this count into
Yeah, you see yourself falling.
yeah, no, I mean with danger sense.
Yeah, you definitely
Okay.
see yourself falling. You're trying to catch yourself on the ground. Yeah, you're good. I won't say you take any damage. You just sort of, again, tuck and roll like Tara did. You kind of land in the nearby bushes. You look around, you see the hut is still chasing after Gromp. But Ember's inside. That's a good thing. Tanner, you suddenly fall backwards as the rope that you was pulling Ember on. You look at the end of it, and it's just completely clean. Like not a cut, but it's like the rope actually physically ends there. It's strange. It's not even frayed. Cameron?
Sorry, my mic was muted. Sorry, so it's just like completely gone once the door was shut.
The rope is disconnected, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's a problem.
You didn't see like the door was like sharp enough or anything. It's definitely some sort of magical
Yeah.
cut.
I'll say, little how, show me your door.
Okay, opens up again, and you see that it's chasing after Gronk.
Oh god. Alright, there's no way that Grump's going to be able to fit in this door, is he?
He could squeeze.
He could squeeze.
Yes.
Most luck.
Squeeze them. Push, Chris.
Okay, then what I kind of want to do is try my tactic again of trying to trip it, but this time try and get the hut to land face down and force Grump through the door. That's my plan.
Okay.
So
Swing out from
First
the
dunk.
hut.
So my plan is to jump out of the hut and effectively plant myself and literally like tense all my might and like just trip it. Just trip it.
Okay.
But obviously Grump's running away at the moment, so I'm gonna have to tell Grizz, I need you to tell Grump to stop. He needs to trust me.
Yeah, we're on the same page. I know exactly it, yeah. I like this plan.
So, offer him some food or something. And yeah, so I'm just going to take out my shield. I'm going to jump down, and as I land, I plant my shield into the ground and just brace against it in front of the leg.
Gotcha. Okay. That'll happen very shortly. Taya, what would you like to do? You're still in the hut.
Okay. I'm watching all this with Gromp somewhat perplexed. But I am going to open the door again
Mm-hmm.
and keep chanting, little hut, show me your door," over and over and over again to prevent the door from closing.
Okay, that'll work.
And I'm gonna try to I don't know, I'm gonna keep trying to secure the door open and to set out other ways to sort of help people to get in. But
Sure.
I'm watching what Tanner is doing with Gromp, and I'm just going like, I don't know if this is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna let him do his thing and just keep chanting,
Yeah.
keep the door open, and keep the rope dangling for whoever wants to come in.
Yeah, sure. We'll say that you can help anyone who gets closer to there.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Grizz?
Right, so just to be clear, I got this right. What I'm imagining trying to do is tripping the hut so that it falls in a way where the door, the open door, basically slams into Grump and is essentially squished inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
I love it. Yes, yes.
Is there still a rope attached to the door?
You're holding one end, and there is a rope kind of dangling now that Dia's got the other end. It's like 20 foot of rope just sort of dangling from it. So it does actually reach.
And don't forget, this is the rope that we use to climb into the canyon, so it still has those knots for easy hand and footholds.
Good stuff.
There you go.
There you go.
Yep.
Nice.
So yes, there is a rope.
Okay, great. Wait, so are there another rope attached somewhere inside the hut, or did you say it was?
Yeah, Dia's holding onto it, and then it's also tied to like.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that works. Okay, so Grizz is gonna. I should be able to reach Grump here.
Okay.
He's gonna go to Grump. All right, Grump, and then he's gonna hold his tusk. Stay. Trust me. And then Grizz will sort of, like, do a stance where he's sort of holding his ground, and kind of urging Grump to do the same. And then if Grump does stay still, I suppose if Grizz can, he will try and help Tanner in the tripping by pulling the rope towards their direction if it starts tipping over.
All right, you're pulling it onto the floor.
Timber.
Cool. All right. This is gonna be tricky, but I think you might have a chance of pulling it off. Grump trusts you as much as he's new in your friendship. He's gonna try and trust you in this. If it goes wrong, then trust broken. But you'll have a chance at least. Pyro, you're up. Sort of standing there.
Are these trees like
They're shrubs and bushes,
obstructing?
yeah.
Oh, they're shrubbery.
The
Okay.
actual trees. You see this stump with a circle around it.
Yeah, this is difficult terrain then.
Yeah.
Okay. Tyra is going to I think he's looking sort of forlorn as this thing is like going around the other side of the fence. I think he's going to. He's probably not going to be able to catch up with it this way. So he's going to start stepping this way over here and hope that he can get another shot at coming in again.
Okay, sure.
And because it hasn't stopped yet, right?
No, it's still charging. Yeah, in a
Yeah.
circle.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think he knows that any of that is going down from behind the shrubbery. Probably can't even see from that point.
Mhm.
So he's going to just step up there, and he's going to cast. Does he have a sense that what didn't work before was like some kind of effect that prevented him from teleporting, versus like, oh, he messed up the spell and it just didn't work
No, the thing
correctly or
is,
something?
like you like hit a barrier. Like you felt like a bird flying into a window pane.
Got it. Yeah, he's going to be very curious about that, and he is going to use one of his newfound abilities here, and he's going to cast Blink. And then he's going to end his turn, so he'll roll a 1d20.
Nice. Oh shit.
So nothing happens this time.
Okay, cool. All right, you start concentrating on blink.
That's not a concentration spell.
It's not. Okay, fantastic. All right, Grump screeches to a halt, turns around. He looks back at you with trusting eyes, and watches as the hut starts to fall towards Tanner. Can Tanner make me that trip with advantage? So that's an
Let's
athletics
do
check.
this. 23.
Come on, baby.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh wait, what about the modifier?
I have modifiers, dude.
Oh no! What's the modifier?
I have.
Probably pretty high since it's a bloody hut.
It's a big old hut.
Hold on. Do I have anything for this? No.
It
No.
has got a whopping mana strength. 1 second, let me check something.
Damn.
Oh, pancake, here we go.
I literally have no spell slots either, so I can't bless myself. Oh, I think bless is also saving throw, so never mind.
Alright.
Freaking damn it.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just the hut, in all of its might, just continues to trample forward, Tanner. But Grump sees what you're trying to do, and it has got his action right now as well. And you know what? He quickly rushes back. I know, Grizz, you got a hold of him, but he looks at you, seeing that the hut is kind of rushing towards him. Do you let him go? Because the hut is still trampling towards him. It's about to trample over you.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Can I let Grump like drag me?
Yeah, sure. Grump rushes back, but then, as he's being dragged, it suddenly turns, skidding around, and you like, whoa, almost get full, like 180 around and land on his back. Because you're like holding onto his tusk, and as it spins 180, you spin up in the air, land on its back, and then it begins to charge back on itself towards the hut at ramming speed. Grump's gonna try it. If he can't trip him, I don't know. What else
Watch
can?
this be the one that does it.
Oh my god!
Are you
what?
kidding me?
Fucking called it.
Grump is a god. It's amazing. So you see Grump charge full pelt with Grizz atop, and slams his tusk, both of them into the twiggy like chicken legs of the hut, which knock it clean out.
Let's
And
go.
the hut slams forward onto its face, squashing Grizz and Grump straight into it. And as soon as the door slams shut, you say the phrase again, and then the door opens up again and slightly kicks off the ground as well, because the door's like in the actual earth. And then the door kind of hits open and the hut bounces off the ground with an inch. But Gromp and Grizz, you're in.
As
That was
Ember
good.
sees this
Boys,
boar fly through the door. What the? Dives out of the way inside the main lobby as a massive 10-foot wide boar comes flying in with Grizz behind it, smashing at the alchemy table. Snurk, clean this mess up!
No worries, no worries. We made it.
Oh god. Rather than use the rest of its movement to get up, I'm gonna say, Tanner, you're just inches away from like the front. The hut's like fallen onto the ground right beneath you. Sorry, in
Yeah.
front of you. And you're kind of you're looking down the end of a chimney. I need you to roll a dex save.
Okay.
Cause I'm staring down the barrel of a 45.
Nope.
Yep,
Oh.
that'll hurt.
Oh boy.
That's no. That's fine. Yeah.
Do we upcast it this time? Yes. Yes, we do. Last time, it wasn't this strong, but it seems like... Oh, it's not that bad.
Ah, that's fine.
Points of fire damage as the chimney erupts, flaming your armor and hair. And that'll end its go there. Let's loosen a cone. Ember, you're inside, kind of with the
Yeah,
table open up, glass everywhere.
Yeah, my apologies. I kind of jumped the gun on my turn there. I forgot about the hut's turn. But yeah, that's what Ember did. He basically started freaking out, dodging out of the way of the board, and then yelling for Snurg to clean up the mess.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Tanner, you're up. The hut
Okay.
is kind of thinks on the floor, but it keeps on hopping up and slightly as the door is opening. And, well, at least trying to open, but the earth is like... It's flat with the door, right?
Yeah. Right, I'm going to I'm going to try one more time to knock
Mhm.
this thing down, more out of anger than anything.
Oh, it's already prone. If you want,
it's
you
prone.
can roll it over.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll just roll it over and climb in the door.
Okay. Roll me just a strength check. Oh no, an athletics. This isn't get tested though. This
15?
time. You're just rolling it. Yeah, you're gonna trying to push as hard as you can. It's too heavy to shove, but when the door kicks open, you see it lift off the ground slightly, and you use that moment to suddenly
Dive
roll
in.
it in the air, and then it rolls onto one of its sides because it's kind of like hexagonal in shape.
Yep.
And then you see the door is just open. You can crawl in.
Yeah.
Cool. That's Tanner in. All right. It's just Tyro.
Oh.
The rest of you
Tyro.
guys are all in a mess, clambering in. Unless it's something you want to do, you can.
So is the hut stationary at this point?
It's on the floor.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't realize Tyro was still out.
He's so
Um,
small, sometimes you miss him.
Just
Oh,
because I'm
sorry.
small doesn't mean you should forget about me.
Sorry to kind of meta out of that, but could I wreck on my turn at all?
You kind of already done the rolls, and I'm afraid.
Oh no, like rolling it over is fine, but it's more holding it still while Tyro can actually get in.
Oh, okay.
And like Daya on her turn is gonna hang on to the rope and sort of still chanting, try and whack the legs with her staff to try and prevent it from getting up.
Okay. Yep. You can
Cool,
go ahead and roll those attacks. While Tyro makes a run. So,
So, like-
Tanner's holding the door, and you've got it. It's kind
I've
of
got-
like facing you.
I've got hold of the rope with one hand. I've got my staff in the other. I'm still chanting to try and keep the door open, and being like, just try and make it as easy as possible for Tyro to get in, and try and whack at the hut to keep it down and keep it stunned.
Sure. Or is you join in on this, or you content to sit inside? That's up to you. Because I kind of
Right.
skipped over your turn, unless you want to do something.
No, Tara is gonna step up to the. I think he can get there and maybe takes a dash action.
Yeah, you could.
So I'm just holding the door open, like, go, go, go.
And Tara's gonna say, "Oof, your multitasking is most impressive, Dia and Tenor," and he'll try to hop through the door as quickly as possible.
Yep. You see Tyro like basically walk in. He doesn't need to duck his head, even though the door's on its side. Tyro just walks through the door like it's a normal head height for him. I like that image. Like kind of have to like duck and crawl in. But Tyro just like walks through the sideways door. Like, all right. That's it. I think you're the last one to go in, then, Tanner.
Yep.
Yes, I did want to say while I still have my blink active, I can try to roll a couple more. Okay, so basically 6 seconds later, I will be on the ethereal plane, and I'm going to be very interested to see what the hut looks like from the inside there.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Yeah, you're in for. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna grab a drink for this one.
Okay. In that case, Dia, trying to keep it down on the ground, I'd like you to make me either an athletics. No, it's just an athletics check. Because I know you're whacking it thematically with your staff, but to keep
Yep.
it physically on the ground, it's.
Okay. Oh, if I fail this, oh no. Oh, that's not good. Don't tell me now, after all that I get tossed out.
No. It doesn't toss you. But whereas you can see that the hut is about to get back up, and Tanner's still not in. He's holding onto the door, but the door's like slamming open and shut again. Would you like to do anything, Grizz? As this thing is about to get back up on its feet.
Everyone,
totally up.
everyone else is in, right?
Yep, except Tanner.
Oh, right, okay. There's a rope still.
There is.
Cool. He'll be ready to help pull up Tanner as soon as he grabs onto it.
All right. So after Tyro's go, the hut gets up on its feet. Dia kind of nearly falls out, but catches herself on the door frame. You're like almost like face to face at this point. Tanner just needs to kind of like step in through the door. But as it does get upright, Tanner, you're left on the ground. Actually, tell you what, because you're holding on to it. Give me an athletics check, Tanner.
Come on, don't fuck me. 23.
Yeah, you're able to just barely hold on to the door, as it's kind of like flapping open, and the hut's like spinning around, trying to like knock you off, but it doesn't seem to be able to get you off of it. So instead, it just charges around angrily. Doosh, 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 doosh. That's gonna end its go. So Tanner, on your go, you can finally get in. Grizz grabs a hold of you. Pulling the rope, you're secured inside the hut. And that disorientating kind of feeling from being jostled around suddenly goes to completely still. And as you look around, it's weird to see the outside world shaking up and down, and yet feeling no movement. And the door finally slams tight behind you.
Forget Fire Elementals, this was rough.
Yeah. The true MVP of this campaign.
Oh dear. And finally, where's Grump? There he is. Grump.
Yay!
Hey, Grom!
God, why is he so broke? It's a bit better. So yeah, you see Grump is sort of like rolling
Hello,
around.
you made it.
He's rolling around on a broken table.
That was a wicked plan, by the way.
He kind of gives a little snort of approval.
We need
As
to
if-
find you like a room here, because like some sort of stable.
Nerd! Nerd!
See that there's a hissing from the corner, and it's trying to whip its tentacles at Grump. Grump turns around and lets out a growl.
No. This is friends. This is Azul. She's the cat Oh, Baba Yaga.
You see, the whole place is a mess. It probably like leapt up out of its basket when the crashing started, and probably is like trying to leave this place as quickly as possible. Jumps up.
Anything new in this room since we left it last?
Um, it looks mostly tidied, except there's still a hole in the damn desk.
Any bags lying around?
No bag.
There's a suspicious. This is different. This letter or something.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, that's just the rogue in me talking.
Yeah. No, that's totally
Grump
Chris.
turns its butt around and then parks it right in the basket.
Well, I guess that's your home now.
That little guy.
Just lets out this like.
I guess I'll walk over and. What's this letter here? What is this? I'll look at it.
That is some parchment.
Ah,
You
paper.
look closer, trying to find words, and you realize it's just fabric.
Huh.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
The opposite. I don't need this. Ember. Sorry, Tanner. You need this. You're the one who makes clothes.
I don't so much make clothes personally.
You made this beautiful, poncho for me.
Oh, yeah.
I did, however, it was through, well, magic and music, really.
You think you can like sing me a new cloak, Tanner?
I don't think it
Mind
works like
open.
that, but I can certainly give it another go on the piano.
As you're looking around, making sure that everyone's here and safely inside, by the way, you notice that there's a distinct lack of Tyro in the room.
Tyro.
Well, yeah, I don't think you've seen Tyro.
No, I saw him come in.
Where'd he go? What the?
Tyro didn't really have time to explain before he vanished what he was doing.
Oh.
Ember doesn't remember his last vanishment, so he wouldn't really have a concept of that.
So, Tyro, where are you indeed? Everything is suddenly melted away into a grey-like mist. You still see outlines of objects, doors, and such. You even see your companions standing there as a wispy slither of smoke. But everything is this grayed out blur, and you can't see as far as what you did in the material either. It's like your vision is kind of been brought to a small radius, and just outside of that, it's foggy and blurred. But you start to see that you're standing in the table itself, like it's been knocked over. You realize you're kind of like standing in it. As you just step to the side, you pass straight through it.
Oh, remarkable. Do I have an understanding of like what the ethereal plane is and sort of how it works in general?
I think so, yes, because you learnt this spell in order to reach that place. So yes, you would know that you're in the ethereal.
I probably only have I only have 6 seconds here before I go back to the material plane again. But I want to look through the doorway that we came in and see what I see.
This doorway, yeah? The actual...
Yeah, the hot doorway. Yeah.
Okay. Rather than a grey kind of misty, there is something solid. And it looks like glass, reflective, and there's a magical kind of sheen to it that glistens. It kind of looks iridescent. As you approach it, it kind of shifts in color just slightly, which is the only thing that does have color in this room. Everything else is grey. This is a slight iridescence. And
If I can get over to it, I'd like to touch it and see what happens. Like, is it an actual door? Or is it just like a surface?
Yeah, as you pass through the stool, the other books on the floor that have been knocked off the shelves. You pass straight through all the tools that have been kind of clattered over, and you feel none of it. And eventually you get to the door, placing your hand against it. Finally, something solid, and your hand presses against it. And you feel it almost press against you as well, like pushing you back.
Is it a door in the sense that it like has a handle or like does it match the other door we came through?
It has no handle. It
No
seems
handle.
completely flush. Like, in fact, give me a quick perception check. As you try to look for a handle. That's really good. Okay. You get closer and you realize that it's actually just past the door. Because as you see, there is still that kind of grey outline of objects. And it's not completely flat with the wooden surface of the door. You've pushed through it, and now you're pressing against something. And you actually can notice once you get up to this close, I guess it's because of the angle, right? So I'm going to bring your token to here. So imagine you're right up against the door, and instead of seeing just the solid door, see that there's a crack either side of it, right? And that crack leads to empty black space
Intriguing.
all the way around it, like this. So there's just a thin crack, like you're looking into the wall of a building, right? Like there's a foundation, and that wall, that iridescent solid wall, extends outwards, going around the entire room, stopping you from effectively leaving through the door or through the wall itself as well.
Intriguing. I imagine that's probably all I can do in 6 seconds before I return.
Yeah, that's probably just about it.
So I bamf back and I try to quickly explain. Oh my goodness.
Oh, there you are. Oh, where'd you go? Ah!
Well, I've been trying a new experiment, and okay, good. I'm sticking around for another 6 seconds. And I just wanted to see if how this hut was connected to the ethereal plane, and if where it sort of overlapped and how it intersected with the reality we're more familiar with. Oh, it was just so fascinating. I have so much to write down in my notes.
Okay, tell us next time before, we can, Grizz especially, Tanner, they're good at, finding you out when you're in trouble, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Coming from you,
Yep, thank you for that, that little bit of help out there, Grizz. I just was a little scared, a little, when you get scared, Grizz, maybe you don't get scared as much as I do, but, sometimes things are scary, especially big ugly huts, swinging their legs around and burning chimneys. I mean, that's not the worst of it, but the legs, they're so nasty.
It's okay. Just stay close to us. We'll protect you.
Thank you. Tanner's a very good protector, and apparently you too, Grizz. Thank you. That was very, you're proving very useful.
Well, once again, we'll try and get rid of this ailment as soon as possible.
Ailment? What ailment?
Well, the fear.
The what?
Dia is going to sort of absently nod along to whatever Tanner is saying as she's looking at the potions and the things on the table here, since there seem to be some things that weren't there before. So she's sort of like, yeah, we gotta fix that Ember situation sooner rather than later. Oh, what's this?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, sorry about your head thing. Anyway, cool potions.
Yeah.
Interesting potions. Do you recognize any of them, Tyro?
Tyro's gonna step over. Actually, I don't see where his token is. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, he'll step over.
Hmm?
Or he'll try to, I guess. Let's see if he gets there.
Oof. Yeah.
Nope, he
Nope.
gets halfway over across the room and he vanishes again.
Where'd he go?
Again, yeah, kind of vanishes. He gets pulled into a vanishing point and disappears, and you start passing through the table, through the stool, and just as you go to pick up the actual potion you're like aiming for, your hand just passes straight through it,
Fiddlesticks.
and then suddenly, boom, you reappear.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I neglected to mention I don't have much control over this thing for the moment. It won't last too much longer, though. So pick up one of the potions and examine it closely.
Oh, leave it on the table. If you disappear, it's gonna fall.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
You just place it back down, roll me a d20. Let's see what happens again. See another.
New potion. Who dis?
Roll me
yeah,
another
I guess-
d20.
Sorry, will you a what?
Yeah, roll me a d20 again.
Oh, a d20. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, just as well, because as you put the potion down, it suddenly vanishes again. That was close. You nearly dropped it. Nearly smashed.
Well, actually, if I'm holding it, it would come with me
Oh,
onto
that's
the
true,
ethereal
yeah.
plane.
That's
Oh.
very true. Yeah. Good point. So as you go to place it down, it suddenly... Not only does Tyrod vanish, this time the potion goes with him.
Hey, he took it.
God.
And you can roll me an Arcana check if you want to try and identify this.
Oh, I'm sorry, I double clicked it. It's 11.
Okay. It's very viscous, kind of oily, and it's got a yeah. It's got a strange looking consistency to it. Like it's not, doesn't look like it's drinkable, but you're not sure what it is either. Just FYI, this is the potion that Chris drank and was like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Saved himself
Poison.
from drinking. But suddenly, Tara, you come back into the room. This
Oh,
time uncorked.
I'm really gonna have to get used to that. Till he'll say, I'm not sure exactly what this is, Dai, and he'll, indicate the one he was inspecting. And so if I had a few more moments, I could probably, if we cared to spend some time here, I could cast Identify and determine the true nature of these things. But on a quick inspection, I'm not exactly sure what this is.
Wait,
Interesting.
don't we know some of these potions? Like the one with the exclamation mark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which one was the exclamation mark one? I don't
I
remember.
think that was
their-
That was the black
that was
pudding.
used, yeah.
That was the black pudding.
And the
So we do know what these are.
the one with the eyeballs, the clairvoyance one.
That's right. But you
And
never
then-
identified this one, which Grizz downed as a drink, and it tasted god awful, and it basically like lubricated his entire throat.
Oh yeah, the green one was that.
It was the water breathing potion, I thought.
No, that was the clear one.
Okay.
And then this one here on the right, on the bottom, that's the heroism, right?
That's right.
And I think
one you're
these
trying to
two we
figure out.
haven't identified yet.
You know, that one was a
Um,
green slime.
Oh
One
yeah,
was- that's right. Yeah, these. I was gonna put these ones in the corner. You know, these are dangerous.
yeah.
Yeah.
These ones, I don't think we know about this one either.
One of them was a healing potion that you guys made use of. Don't think you've identified the orange one though.
Yeah, we don't know
Yeah,
that
no.
one. Yeah, you're right,
Ah.
Sergi.
And
Oh,
this,
that looks like honey.
this is the one that you tried to drink, and it was just like bleh. Didn't do anything good, but nor did it do anything bad. It just felt horrible.
Just Pepto Bismol's gone off.
Tasted disgusting. Yeah, that's it.
What about this one, Tyro? I'll point to this.
Roll me a d20, Tara.
Oh, intriguing.
Okay. Tara, as you vanish into the ethereal this time, there's someone else here, and it seems startled as soon as you enter into the ethereal.
Oh, hello.
Up where Azure, the cat, ran off, like kind of hissing and making a commotion, there's something at the top of the stairs, and it's perched on the balcony,
something.
It's
What is
Ah!
that?
That's
it's
our
about this
asshole.
big.
Gargoyle?
At first, you think it looks like a bat of some sort, and then it watches you, and it seems to have more like a strange texture to its skin. Maybe it's clay, maybe it's stone, like a gargoyle. But this creature suddenly looks at you, gets startled, and its wings sort of flap suddenly up into the air. And everyone else can make me a perception check except Tyra.
Perception check.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah.
I
Tyra,
will
you hear
try to chaos
you
this.
hear the flapping as it suddenly
Mm.
gets up and flies away from you, Tyro. It goes back up the stairs. And then, Tyro, you suddenly reappear. But Daya was the one who heard that flapping.
So did I see it or did I just hear
You
it?
didn't see it, you just heard it.
Okay, I whip around and go. What was that?
What
Was
was
that
what
the
was
cat
what?
again?
Wait, sorry. Did Tyro? What was it that Tyro saw while he was on the ethereal plane? Nothing like that. That wasn't on the ethereal
No,
plane.
that was what you saw on the ethereal. This creature
Oh, okay.
landing on there, looking at you, startled as if like, well, you're not
I see. I see.
And then it kind of, as it got started, it flapped its wings and flew away. And Daya was the only one who heard the flapping.
Got it.
I know that's a little confusing, but it does make sense once you figure out what it is.
Would it be? I mean, where's the Tyra saw it, like in
Tyra
its
saw it,
form,
Daya
but then but Daya heard it
Yep.
in the same moment. So I'm presuming it's invisible.
That's the one.
Tyro, do you think you could catch it? You think you could?
Tyro's
That's probably the goblin.
I just saw a strange flapping creature.
Oh,
Seems like a bat of sorts. Is it a creature I've ever seen before or would recognize?
You can roll me an Arcana check. Oh my god. Okay.
John.
That could have been mistaken to be some sort of bat, except that the texture of its skin is more of a giveaway. I kind of mentioned it looked like clay or stone. This creature is actually shaped. It's not a living thing. It's more like a construct. I believe you would know it to be a homunculus or some sort.
Oh. Tyro is going to say, "Oh, I think I've heard of these creatures. They are sort of how would I describe them? Servants of typically powerful arcane creatures. You know, maybe a sort of super cahoots, you might say.
Yeah, absolutely. They are
Although
more.
I think cahoots is pretty super, and I'll give him a pat.
No, you're absolutely right. They are more or less familiars.
Oh, so not the goblin then.
And you say it was watching
think
us.
It certainly seemed to be very close by. Yes, it was surprised that I could see it. Yeah, only for a moment while I was on the ethereal plane.
I
Which, by the
suppose
way,
if I were.
Sorry, go ahead,
Go ahead.
Sergeant.
Nope, you go ahead.
I'm definitely gonna have to fill you all in on how wonderful that place is, and we're gonna have to make several visits there.
Well, I know that if I were a powerful witch, I would certainly want to know what's going on in my own hut. Still, it's a little unnerving that we might not always know who's watching us.
True statement.
Well, I mean, there were many things working for many people in the hut, so maybe this is another member of the hierarchy.
For what?
Hierarchy, Grizz. Hierarchy. Higher up archy.
It's like where you have a tribe and you have somebody who's in charge of gathering, somebody who's in charge of hunting, and somebody in charge of the entire herd. think of those three people all talking together. They're the hierarchy of the herd.
You've lost me.
Okay.
I was about to say that's actually a really good way to describe it to Grizz, and then Grizz came up with that. That's great.
So who's the Balrog then?
Yeah. All right. But Tara, you're unable to identify what this potion is, and I will say that with most potions, having just a simple taste of it does help you identify. Like in the rule book, like it literally says you can taste something and identify it as a potion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Tyra will give it a shot and see if you can determine what any of these are.
Yep. Which is what I would have told you did earlier, but I instead made you roll an Arcana check specifically because this is definitely not to be drunk. And as you taste a bit, you're like, it's horrible. It just tastes like you downed a load of olive oil. It's just horrible. You find yourself like spitting it back out.
Oh, repulsive! Why would anyone leave this thing lying around? Disgusting.
And what is it exactly?
I'm not sure, but it's not a potion.
But it is bottled up like one.
I probably should have warned you before you drank it, though.
Oh, would Ember know what it is? Is it oil? I feel like Ember might know that. Fire oil. Maybe not.
You can roll an Arcana check.
Is it oil of some kind? Maybe.
Mhm. That's better. Yep. After two people have tried drinking this,
Ember will pipe up. Ah, wait, that's not. That's oil. That's
it's an oil of slipperiness. Yep.
that's oil. You don't drink that. That's
Oil of slipperiness.
Slipperiness. Oh, I thought it was like
Redundant.
hand grenade. Oh, okay. That's kind of interesting. Can we just take these? Are they ours? Whose are these?
Well, I'm not sure how they kind of took us taking the others, so...
I didn't seem to mind. Snurg, where are you? What kind of useless janitor are you? We need help here.
As you ask whose do these belong to, you do hear a slight squeaking coming from the table, which is just
yes.
because something has jumped out from Grizz's. From Grizz. You see the small little bunny has replied to you as you ask who these belong to. But you
Oh
don't-
shit, little fella, you've been in my armpit this entire time.
Tyro, you do understand it though, I guess. 'Cause you can speak
Oh,
with small beasts.
hello.
You hear, yeah, it's got a bit sweaty in there. You need a wash, mate. Just god awful. Smell like burnt hair as well. It was cozy in the cloak, but that thing set ablaze, so I had to make do with the armpit for now. Anyway, those potions belong to Agatha Grizzlegums, innit?
In it.
Oh, I see. I take it she would object if we were perusing through her workshop.
She'd definitely object to a giant boar in it. I'd say that much. Looks around.
Rabbits are waste, man.
I think she'd object more to that than just taking a oil of slipperiness. In fact, you could take that oil up your pig, and play chase the greased up piggy if you want.
That sounds like fun.
Or we could potentially use it to fit him through the doors.
Are we seriously gonna grease our pig? I'm down. Let's go whole hog on this pig.
Oh God!
Well, should we start heading to the main chamber so we can actually give our information of our findings?
Yes, that seems sensible. I imagine.
Dia's gonna call Snurg to look after the pig.
As soon as
Just
Daya calls Snurg, you do see Snurg appear.
What the hell?
Not
What have I
when-
ever done to him? Other
You
than
tried
light
to...
him on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, hello everyone. Hello,
Hey,
What?
Snurg.
Hi, Snurg.
you call me?
hello, Snurg.
I
The
thought I
table
have
still
a
isn't
name.
fixed.
Yes, this is Grom. He's a friend of ours. We were wondering if you would be able to find perhaps a little courtyard or something where he can stay.
Oh, there is a stables. Yeah,
Oh, that might be
Although-
nice.
it's usually for horses.
I say he says horses with quotation marks with his little tiny.
Yep.
claws. In fact, his claws are perfect for that.
Yeah.
Horses. Um, yeah, yeah, you can put them in. Yeah.
Would you be able to escort him out?
Oh yes, sure, sure. Come on in.
Okay.
Is he going to be safe
I'll
down
ask
there?
Grizz to talk to.
Yeah, so I've taught him a few things. He understands stay. Like basic one-word commands, really. And he if he gets a little bit agitated, you can just like stroke under his beard. He really likes that. He doesn't eat any meat. He eats like plants and leaves and slop apparently.
As you say, he eats plants and leaves and stuff. You just see. You probably can't understand you, but I'm going to do it anyway. You can see that Ivan goes, "Ugh, you'd want to eat plants." Ugh, disgusting. Anyway, so yeah, you guys,
Okay, okay. Sure. If you want to visit him, I'll show you where the stables are. Okay. It's actually near the forge where you wasn't supposed to go. Ember.
What? What? Sorry,
Yes. You.
Snurg.
Thank-
Listen to
Thank
me.
you, Snurg.
Look me in the eyes,
Ember,
Snurg.
Ember. Let's
One second, one second.
let's worry about our next steps. Snurg, thank you so much. You are most gracious.
You're
And
well.
I'm gonna sort of grab Ember by the sleeve and pull him out the other door.
We need to talk soon, Snurg. Your performance is sub-satisfactory.
he just chooses to ignore you. Kind of lets out a squirt of web in your direction. Okay. Grump looks a little bit like, where are you taking me? Kind of look towards you, Grizz. But
Oh wait, it's okay. Like he'll do like the thumbs up, like it's okay, and then he'll point to his chest, and then he'll like do like a walking man motion with his fingers,
yeah.
and then he's gonna point to Grump. I'll visit you soon.
All right. That's out one little snort even, as he's escorted out of the place. I guess he has to go up the stairs, yeah. And then as soon as he goes, you do start to see someone makes a slow return as you makes herself back, trying to get comfortable in the in the basket, but it looks kind of like bent from where he sat in it.
Here, kitty.
Hisses back at you, not friendly. Doesn't seem
Well,
pleased.
we should
Alright.
inquire about our appointment.
Absolutely
Yeah,
can.
that seems sensible.
You want to go to Lady Mora?
Definitely.
Yeah, I was trying to get Skelador to.
Or
I
do you wanna
forgot
go
to
to
ask
Baba
for
Yaga?
time.
I think going to Lady Mora is probably going to be the best option. At least we can break the news to somebody who might be able to advise us on how not to die.
Yes, that's very clever.
Okay. Question is, where do you go to find her?
Okay, not up the north stair, right? 'Cause that there's a door, isn't there?
Well, tell me which room
This
you'd
door.
like to try and find her in before you give me a direction.
Well, she has that tree room, right?
We saw her in front of the statue thing before with the room with the paintings.
Yeah.
That was her room, I think.
That was kind of like her meeting chamber.
Here,
Mm,
here.
that's right. That was a room where she would be in audience if Baba Yaga isn't in the hut. But if you say
Yeah.
you want to go to the room where that tree was,
Oh yeah.
Oh, are you
that-
talking about the one where they had the like pillow fort?
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, we should
Then-
go there. That's
And in
better.
that case, I'll say that you head up the stairs, kind of following along with Snow for a while. Oh, one last question: did you take the oil of slipperiness?
I think Ember would have grabbed it.
Okay, you can write that down on your inventory then.
Does anybody else want it? I don't.
I'm personally okay.
I'll take it.
Hey, I'll give it to you, Grizz.
Hey,
Use
one
this,
for grub.
Grizz. If you need to, retreat, pour some of this on the ground and watch as your enemies clumsily timber over, and then you can maybe slap them while they're sleeping.
In fact, could I try something with the oil at all?
What do you want to try?
So I'm assuming as I'm wearing like, I think I'm in half plate or chainmail. Oh, chainmail. No, never mind. I was gonna say if I was in like half plate, because I get disadvantaged on stealth checks, I could probably try and like oil the edges to see if it like silences me up a bit.
Okay, there we go. Give Stan a bit oil.
I don't know if that would work though.
Do you want to put it on you?
I might test my theory before going deep on the idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last thing I want to do is mess myself up for the future.
All right. The way is getting a little bit familiar, at least in this section of the hut. You go through the guest quarters, up into the bathhouse, and you take a right at this door, and you enter into what you believe to be Eleanor's quarters. Where you last time you went in here, you got chucked out, and so as you try to open the door to this place, I'm going to say that there is a rattling to the door as you realize it is currently locked. But we will take a quick 5-minute break there as you try to figure out how to gain entry, or maybe you start knocking. Who knows? You could even take a bath. But whilst we take a short break, yeah, stay right there. We'll be right back.
All right.
right, we're back.
Go.
Oh,
Now!
the group have encountered a locked door. One of the first times you've actually found one, I guess, in the hut. Last time they went into the Eleanor's quarters, you got a rude interruption from what was his name? I need to see his face. There it is, Jaden. Jaden Thor, and he politely asked you to leave because he
Politely.
didn't want you snooping
Was
around.
not that polite.
No, it wasn't. He was effectively though. Dyer was snooping. She knocked on the door, on the walls, and found a hollow panel. Just at that moment, Jaden came around and was like, "Get out."
From that exchange, Dyer was just like, just checking out the wall.
Do I have any idea
Yes, you do.
You still
how
have
much
the twig as well that you were holding that pointed in an arrow towards that wall.
Yeah, very strange. Very strange. Haven't forgotten about that.
Okay, but yeah, as
We-
you jostle with the door handle, it does seem locked.
Do
What
we
would
have
you
any
like to do?
idea how much time has passed since we were out of the hut back in the hut? Is there any way of discerning that, or we have no idea?
Out of the
We
hut,
left the hut.
yes.
We went, did some stuff. We came back to the hut. Do we have any idea how long that's been? Like it's hard. Time is bizarre in this environment. That's why I don't know if.
It is inside the hut, but not outside the hut. You actually understand that some time has passed, quite a few hours. You've been like a whole day out there, right? Not 24 hours, but like at
Yeah,
least 6 hours.
but like if we were to spend 6 hours outside the hut, would that be the same as? We don't know, right? Spending 6 hours inside the hut. Like, I don't know
That
if
you're not aware of, but it
it's
definitely
like
feels
3
like
days have passed inside the hut, maybe. Like I don't know.
that you're unsure of.
I guess with the door still being locked, no one's come by this way since we were. Maybe we can get let me try something. I'll point at the door and I'll point at the direction that I think that Eleanor is, and I will message Eleanor and I'll say, Eleanor, can you come open this door? We'd like to have a chit chat. And I'll cast message, and I don't know if it's gonna work. It might be a different plane, depending on how this place is constructed.
You hear a reply, and the voice is kind of like, good morning.
Morning.
Who am I speaking to?
I'll message again. Ember Cinderborn, you're very interesting. We thought that you would be someone we'd really like to talk to. You know the burning fire guy.
Oh, no, I'm hearing the voices again. Oh, stop.
I'll turn to my party. I'm like, she thinks she's hearing voices. This could be interesting. Okay, 1 second. I'll point again. Customer message. Eleanor, you will open this door leading to the bathhouse immediately.
Oh, yes, okay. You see that, well, after about a moment or two, the door opens up.
Hello, Eleanor. I'm your friend Ember Cinderborn.
Eleanor stares at you, but her eyes are closed.
Oh.
Huh?
She kind of walks towards you, Ember, and you feel for just a moment she's about to like walk into you. So you, I guess, you like reactionarily step aside.
Kind of hands on her shoulder to stop her from running into me. Are you okay? Are you sleepwalking?
She suddenly like what? She does shake her head. What? Where are you?
Hi, Eleanor. Sorry, you were sleepwalking a bit there. You were having a bad dream, a nightmare, maybe?
I'm sorry. I don't know. She looks really spacey, and she sort of like leans back a bit, and she sort of goes towards the chair.
I'll kind of look at Tanner and just shrug, like, I don't know, it worked.
Sorry, I have been known to sleepwalk occasionally.
We made eye contact when we were leaving. You seemed like you know, you said new people that you wanted to meet or whatever. I just thought
Oh.
that maybe.
Oh yes, you're the fun-looking guys. Oh
Yeah,
welcome.
they're quite Leonards.
Why do you? She smells the air. What do you smell like burning?
Yeah, it's you know.
I
one of
don't.
those
Sorry if
things.
that's rude. If she notices, she's talking to the fire genasi.
No, that's okay.
Sorry.
I kind of like the smell, to be perfectly honest with you, but I guess it's not for everybody. We all have our own sense.
I kind of meant like everyone. Where have you been?
Around.
It's a bit of a complicated story. I don't suppose you know where Lady Mora is.
Well, she would be. She stops for a good 2, 3, 4 seconds. Asleep. But I've never seen her go to sleep. Come to think of it, yeah.
Okay, so perhaps we just came in at the wrong time.
Perhaps the right time.
Yeah, maybe. Do you want
Why?
me to?
What do you got planned for her, Ember?
Nothing
While
really.
she's
Just
sleeping.
no. I'm just saying that usually they have a bunch of guards in that dickhole. He kicked us out. He's not here right now, so this is the right time.
He should be nearby.
I'm just messing with you.
Oh, my bad.
I don't
In
know.
fact, you start to hear footsteps coming around the corner.
Oh,
Go,
shit.
go, 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 go,
Run this way. Yeah, I run this way. Ah, what the?
I'll go back out the door and just be like, I'd ask Lady Mora if she can see us in the morning. Ember, where are you going?
Yeah.
Eleanor.
Fuck you, Jaden.
Go.
Close the door.
Oh my god.
We're just all flipping him off as we're walking.
Yeah, you quickly leave the premises. You do see Jaden is fully dressed and he's going around patrolling.
One
Eleanor,
more
by the way,
message as I
mentioned-
leave.
is in
Pointing
a
back.
nightgown.
We'll talk soon.
Yeah, Eleanor looks like she just kind of got out of bed and her hair is kind of all tossed to one side and she's wearing like a nightgown. But Jaden kind of starts coming towards you, seem like drawing a weapon, but you quickly dive out of the doorway, behind the door again. Get out there, Coates. There we go.
I
Who
will,
goes there?
Go behind the
I
door.
will send one more message to Eleanor as we're running. I'll point back and point at the door. And, don't worry, Eleanor. We'll talk soon.
Okay, see you soon. All right. That is back to this room. There we
That
go.
didn't work out for us.
No. Well, at least it means that
Oops, chucked
we
it.
can maybe have a bath, get some food, and maybe, I guess, now's the time to sleep. I mean, I don't really...
Apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
else is sleeping. She's in her. We don't know where her personal chambers are. I don't think. Lady Mora.
That's the funny thing. It seems like Eleanor didn't even know either, and she didn't offer a direction, did she? She was just
No.
like, yeah, it doesn't seem like she sleeps.
Eleanor's very spaced out.
Yeah,
When
It
she,
seems
when you
like
said that
it.
she had just woken up, did it seem like she had just woken up from sleeping overnight, or
um,
I'm just trying to out
Roll
of
me
character,
an-
just trying to get a grasp of
yeah, roll me an insight check.
get a
is-
sense of time in this place.
It's like waking Chris up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mhm.
It's a coin toss.
Did you say insight?
Let's roll me an insight. Okay. You're not sure if she's just gone to bed, if she's been in the middle of a long sleep, or if she was sleeping but actually active and walking around and sleepwalking. You're unsure which one of those it could be.
Right.
Bed and breakfast, guys, and then
Yeah.
I might, if you want to get a head start on. Pardon me, sorry. Yeah.
Have you been drinking, Tanner?
No. If you want to get a head
Without
start
me?
on. Yes.
All right.
If you want to get a head start on dinner, I might head down to the forge very quickly.
Are we gonna go to bed after?
I think that's the plan.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I still feel pretty awake. I might squeeze in like a late night workout and get ready. You know, get nice and tired, and then ready for bed.
A late night workout.
Well, I mean, I'll have a training session if you want to accompany me, and then we can
Okay,
head on
yeah.
over.
Get a bit of sparring.
Excellent.
Perfect. So I guess we'll see you all in the morning. Or afternoon, night.
You guys be careful down there. Sure. I really don't like, not being with you, Tanner. Okay. Dia.
Die.
Maybe
Second best.
It's scary in this hut. Tyro's always doing his studies. Let's have a bath, I guess.
I'm going to have a bath and a nice hot soak in the sauna. If you'd like to come with me until I retire for the night, you're welcome to join.
Yeah. See if there's any of these bubbles. Maybe we can heat things up in here. I didn't mean that asexual way, Dia. I just I respect your boundaries. That's not what I meant. The bubbles, hot temperature. Yeah.
You should just push him into that point.
Tyro's gonna. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. You're good. Go ahead.
When Tanner and Grizz leave for the training room, Tyro is gonna say, "Well, I hope you're just be safe. That the last time we were in that place, we were accosted by all kinds of horrific creatures. So,
Do you wanna come with us?
well,
The
I would
brains
love
and
to.
muscle too.
Well, Tyro's gonna look kind of fidgety. I was hoping to get some studying in before bed, but I can offer you this, and he'll reach out to. I hope he'll lay a hand on Grizz's knee and cast protection from evil and good.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. How long does that last? 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you.
Just in case there are any of those awful crawling hand things.
Oh yeah, those things are nasty.
And then he'll say, well, perhaps I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah.
See you in the morning.
And he'll scamper off to the library to leave them to their devices.
Okay.
I did want to
Let's
go
hop
see
to the
Vaughn.
training room because it sounds like that's the most immediate thing.
Well, I wanted to go see Vaughn before we headed to the training room.
Okay.
Um,
Sure. So you go back
yeah.
into the
Yeah,
attic.
I'll meet you at the gym, Tanner.
No problem.
Okay. Sure. Hannah, you've
Oh,
seen the place. So you go into the attic, go down the steps, underneath the table,
Hi, Snag.
into the cellar, and you approach the red hot steel door, still glowing, and you'd hear a distant hammering.
Okay. So I'll just walk. Oh, hello, everyone.
Yeah, everyone's not here, but you can have some
No,
chicken
that's
with
cool.
them. There you go.
So I'll walk in. Oh, I can't go through the door. Is
Nope.
the door closed?
Yep.
Okay. I'll bang on the door, or just give it a knock.
Roll a Constitution save.
Oh,
Oh, of course it's hard, isn't it?
I just mentioned it's red hot.
Oh,
Like-
sorry, I didn't hear that.
Oh, did you?
No. Oh, 18.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. What is a heat metal spell? D8, isn't it? One second. Yep.
How long do those rocks last for that are currently in?
Okay, so you do go to knock on the door, or like hit it. You feel your hand like hot, really scorching hot, and you
Yeah.
quickly pull it away before it burns your arm. You don't take any damage.
I was
just
going
like,
to
"Oh,
say,
God, that's hot."
is the stone still activated or active in my
No,
system?
not anymore.
Ah,
That was
okay.
only for an hour.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
We had
Uh,
more.
So,
More ended after a
should
short rest.
should be
You
fine.
did have more, yeah. True.
So I'll take out like a shirt that
So,
I have in
sorry.
my bag.
So, let me just reiterate. With that con save you've passed, you can actively choose to like knock on the door and like push through the pane, or you just sort of get away from the heat and take no damage.
Oh yeah, I'll go away and I'll pull out like a cloth shirt from my bag
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of wrap it around my knuckle and then bang on the door.
Okay, you can roll me another save with advantage, I'll say, because using a cloth shirt.
Another
Okay,
18.
cool. All right, you pass this time, and instead of taking damage, you feel the cloth heat up to an incredibly high temperature, but you are able to get a good knock on the door. And there's a heavy kind of like sigh from inside, and you hear something in giant, a language, and then you hear the footsteps against metal grating. And eventually the door opens up and you are hit with an enormous amount of heat as it washes over your face.
Okay.
And you see there is an Azur standing in front of you. The door is wide open, and hold on, there it is. There he is. There we go.
Oh, perfect. So I'll
He
just
looks
say
you up and down. Mm-hmm.
that I've come to see the Smith Vaughan.
He's working.
I have a potential request from him and hopefully an offer of services of some kind in payment.
Korshvach. And he seems to walk
The
away.
fuck you call me?
I have no idea what he said.
No,
It
that's
sounded like it was ignorant, like a burning rumble of fire
Nice.
erupting. Yeah, you can follow him in.
Perfect.
Steps down the steps, and you can see that he is currently crafting horseshoes and cooling them off, hammering them into shape, yada yada. Meanwhile, Vaughn, he is quite literally hard at work, hammering with this huge sledgehammer that looks like it would be too heavy for even Grizz. But he's hammering with this thing onto the actual anvil. It looks like he's crafting a blade of sorts. Sword that sparks with a fiery temper. He turns, but then turns back to his work. Doesn't say anything, just turns back to his work.
I'll take a step down and say, I apologize if I've interrupted anything. That's mighty fine metalwork that you have in this entire workshop.
He continues hammering, but lets out a kind of breath of fiery air from his mouth.
I guess I'll just cut to the chase and make it quick. I have something that you may be able to create for me. And I'll go into my bag and I'll pull out the lava step spears. I was wondering if you would be able to identify what these kind of rocks are, what they're made of, what they do, and perhaps create something for me.
Without even looking at the rocks or inspecting them, he continues to hammer and says,
I don't forge with rocks. I forge with steel.
But these don't seem like ordinary rocks. They were found in the caves beneath the hut, within the volcanics. Wielded by cinders.
I'm a blacksmith, not a mason.
and he sort of like with one last heavy hammer throws it onto the anvil and then lets it fall off and it lands with a heavy and as he turns he cools the blade down in a bucket of water, which I learned the name of the other day. Crap, what was it called?
A bucket of water.
No.
You're
All right,
welcome.
we'll just yeah, it just goes, and it lets out a huge amount of steam that kind of like fills the entire air, like obscuring everything, so that you can't see. And you hear a heavy dum dum as footsteps get closer to you. But you can't see him. There's just the steam everywhere you look. It's actually kind of like scorching you a little bit, but not
Yeah.
enough to hurt. And as the steam disperses slightly, you see two burning bright eyes, near, like looking down at you. And a hand reaches out and snatches the spears from you. They nearly snap from like the grip of him,
Yeah.
and he takes them in one forefinger and thumb, and inspects the tiny little spears.
What were these made for? Fairies?
Was it the goblins or the cinders that wielded them? I'm pretty sure it was the cinders.
Goblins.
Goblins, yeah.
Goblins use them to kill cinders because
Okay.
they seem to do damage to fire beams because the rock quality of the rock seems to.
It was, yeah, less that it did extra damage and more like they were just resistant.
Yeah.
He looks them over and goes,
Not your usual rocks.
That's why I came to the professional.
as he grips them, you see a flare of heat rush through his veins out of his fingertips, and it burns away the shafts of both spears. Just like burns them into tiny bits of ash, but the rocks remain. And he goes, He brings them over to his workbench here, and you hear like a number of tools being pulled out, and he seems to like hammer on them slightly, turn them over in one hand. He even brings them to the forge right here and holds them over the fire. And you see that his arms themselves are like not even getting burnt from this intense heat. He actually then dips them into the lava itself, while the molten metal here. His hand literally submerges into it, and then he pulls it back out, still with the rock in hand, which hasn't melted or broken up at all, but it is now coated in a fine metal. He turns around to you.
Too little for armor.
And then he looks down at your wrist.
But maybe bracers.
Okay. I like. Yes, I like the idea. Would you be able to make that for me? I am willing to offer my own services for you, should you need any tasks being dealt with.
Tasks? What task?
Well, do you have anything in mind? I'm a able body.
The folk here in this hut, they pay each other in favors. Become quite used to it.
Well then,
You do one thing for them, they do something for you. I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
very honourable way to live.
He doesn't seem to agree, but it does seem to be like the way of things in this hut.
Yeah.
And even Vaughn, as mighty a giant as he is, seems to be, I guess, beholden to the laws of the hut. Come back when Brace is ready.
How
Then
much?
I will have a task laid out for you.
I'll agree to those terms. How much time do you need?
My work schedule is quite full. I need to finish this blade first.
Of
Night
course.
requires it.
Night? Oh,
No.
we've... No, who did we see in the hall?
Knight is the her one of her two main bodyguards. Knight.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Quite the client, so I will most certainly let you get back to your work quickly.
And he gives a nod and brings out the steel from the bucket and begins inspecting the blade over. And meanwhile, as you go to turn, this door in the top left here opens. Sorry, just to your left. And you see Snug walk out.
So, just you guys let you know. Oh, hey, Tanner.
Oh, hello, Snug.
He he was walking in and saying something like,
Do boys need proof plates? I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'm not sure. Just letting you know, this one's in here, so don't get startled if you see a wild boar in the stables, okay? Because I know you come to and fro from there. So,
That reminds me, actually. Thank you, Snug. I have a plan for the board that we brought in that, once again, I may see you as useful for, Vaughn. Perhaps another favour once the first one is repaid.
here he is.
Yeah.
good. Right. Why are you making deals with? He's got work to get back to. You know that, right? You shouldn't even be in here, Tanner.
Oh, Snurg.
Tanner.
I apologise. I didn't realise this was off limits.
Vaughn just turns around and says, "Very well." And he turns back to Snug and says, "Shouldn't you be working as well?"
Oh, yes, sorry, yeah, true. Sorry,
He kind of like, kind of slinks away.
And don't forget about the table.
oh, yeah, you know how hard it is to fix a table like that? I might just fill it in with some web or something.
He's like creeping around the corner.
Yeah, I'm rubbing it.
Sorry.
Thank you very much for your time, Vaughn. I'll take my leave.
Okay.
Is the door
You
closed?
exit out the door. Shut the door on your way out.
I shall certainly try.
Okay, give me another con save.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing. Just pull out a claw.
Sure, with advantage.
Fuck.
Okay, cool.
Oh, with advantage. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, yeah. You bear the heat as you close it shut with this heavy thud. All right, you're back out. And you return to the training quarters.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
Meanwhile, Grizz, you've been getting some practice swings in. I'd like you to roll a few attacks. Just give me like 3 attacks, and then roll the damage for them as well.
Yep. Can the first? Can I do it like the first swing being just like a regular,
Yep.
great axe attack,
Sure.
and then the second one will be recklessly. Just kind of mix it up a bit.
Okay.
And then the last one will be with Great Weapon Master, recklessly as well, just to
All right.
kind of warming up to it.
Excellent. Okay. So. Interesting. And the next one was 11 slashing. Okay. And the last one was 4 slashing. Okay. The first swing, as you go straight for the target dummy. Are you going for the? Are you going for the same target dummy?
The one who was sort of,
Insulting you.
yeah. I mean, he'll sort of just say hi, and yeah, he just came here to, just basically came here to, I don't know, since I've been, we've been doing a lot of battle, and I feel like I've acquired some new skills. Like I think we've been swinging, so I've been swinging so many times that
Cut the
I
pleasantries.
feel like
On
I
guard.
can swing. I can swing like more than once now, so it's just nice.
Yeah, it interrupts you and goes for like a headbutt on you. Immediately.
Ow!
You think your enemy
Dang it.
would give you a chance to talk their way out of it? On guard. He headbutts you, like at 1 bludgeoning.
Ow.
And at that point, you swing with your axe, and as you arc it out towards him, striking the straw dummy, there's a moment where you see the straw suddenly catch a light, and it burns. Oh! No! What is that?
What?
You're not playing fair. I'm made of straw, you know. No fire, please.
What? I've not. What? I don't know. Maybe it was friction. Sorry.
Friction, my buttocks. Right, that's it. He starts like pushing you with his body. Come on, let's have at it. The next swing hits him quite cleanly, and he's knocked back a couple of feet, spins around, comes back towards you, and then the final attack is actually a miss on him, and he ducks underneath, and then he winds you in the stomach with his helmet. Like,
Oh.
let's see if he hits though. No, he kind of just you tense your abs up, and it's like hitting a brick wall. At that point, I guess Tanner, you can come in.
Hello, sorry to keep you, Grizz.
Oh no, that's okay. We were just warming up.
Warming up. I see what you did there. Yes, very funny. Think you're a joker, don't you?
It talks?
Oh yeah, he's a bit. I don't know.
He tried to set me on fire. A fiend. The devil.
This is sorry, and actually never got your name, Mister.
Call me Connor.
Okay. I'm guessing by your lip Is your last name McGregor?
JV.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, what about you? You want a piece of this? Right towards you, Tanner.
Oh my god.
He's
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I was so
Take
not
that.
ready. I have
Take two
my
points of
shield on my
bludgeoning.
back.
he crits you for 2 points of bludgeoning. Take that.
Just like, ah! Oh,
Yeah,
was a
he's
bit
very sneaky. You should never let your guard down when he's around.
This was a real fight. Your head would be loosed from its shoulders.
I see. And I'll quickly draw my flail and spin around and go for the helmet.
Okay, roll to attack. I'll take you both on.
Oh,
Two at a
damn.
time.
That's
Come on. He easily ducks out of the way.
But then it flicks back round. No! Why the tens, man?
No, Tanner, you've got to do it like this. Like this, you have to distract, like this, and then we'll step to the side and take 2 swings at him.
All right, go ahead.
one
A
natural
19.
one. Oh.
Did you reckless?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 18's a hit. Oh, there it is. Okay. You hit a
Oh.
12 on your damage dice. Suddenly, this axe comes round and it sparks like you just pulled like a cord on some sort of ignition, and it erupts in fire, cutting straight into the small dummy.
Whoa, shit! I'm sorry.
Going down. You see smoke trailing from him, and he crashes like a like a biplane, like into the wall.
Jesus Christ,
I
Rick,
said
what?
no fire. Can you roll a d6 as well, please, Grizz? Yeah, he dealt an extra 5 points of fire damage, and you still see the axe is kind of red hot in your grip, just at the blade.
Grizz, what the hell was that?
I don't know. I think I must have swung my axe so swiftly that, I don't know, like the momentum just. I don't know. Something must have happened. Like when you.
So gone.
I'm just trying to find a way to explain. In the way Grizz would, like an asteroid falling. Like when something really, 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 really fast is moving, in like against the wind. I think that's must have what happened.
I'm going to just nod at what he's saying, and I'm just looking at his axe.
You see there is a kind of a latent fire kind of just dying out on it, like sparks simmer down, and eventually the blade is just kind of glowing a red hot, and even then that starts to slowly dim away.
Right.
Are you okay, Connor?
Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. He's trying to put himself out. He does so, but it did seem like it burned quite a lot of his straw body up.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have swung so hard. Sorry.
It's fine. I'll get another one. You see the helmet suddenly unscrew, like, spins off, and jumps onto this target dummy. And then he screws himself in. Ah, there we go.
Grizz, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Try and hit me. And Tanner is going to take a stance. He's going to bring his shield forward. I'm effectively taking the dodge action. But I just want to be watching his axe and see what happens.
Okay.
Right.
Oh. Okay. How hard should I hit you, Tanner? Do you want
Bring everything you've got,
fire,
Grizz.
control, slaying, swing, or
Everything. Bring everything you've got. All your anger in one swing.
what? Do you want to get really angry as well?
Maybe not out of control angry, but As much as you can.
Okay.
Chris is
Okay.
going to rage.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
I suppose you'll take 2 swings at Tanner.
Okay.
Recklessly and with Great Weapon Master.
All right. Swing.
If it's reckless, it's just a straight roll.
Ah, yeah.
This is kind of what I wanted anyway. So I want to almost mimic the axe hitting.
Yeah.
But then just kind of like slide it down my shield so I can kind of get a closer look. It's almost like slow motion.
All right. With that, I don't think that's a hit, is it? But it strikes your shield. Roll damage, Grizz. I know it doesn't do any damage to you, but okay. You just see just tiny little sparks. You've seen sparks in battle before when weapons hit others, but the weapon actually glows a slight red hue when it hits, just like that door you was opening earlier. It glows like that, but it doesn't like erupt in flame like it did a moment ago. Just kind of glows a bit. Okay, roll another one. Oh wait, did you roll 2 there?
I did, yeah.
Okay, roll the damage for the other one as well.
There it is.
There it is. Okay, and the second strike, as it's glowed, now as he brings the axe down on your shield, you manage to block it, but the heat wraps around the shield, scorching it, and flames just burst over it like a small little fireball has exploded on you.
And did it just emanate from the axe?
From the axe, yes. And now it's glowing red hot, and there's sparks flying out of the blade.
Whoa! That's never done that before.
That's... You need to get that identified. You need to see what's going on with that. That's incredible, Grizz.
Well, I mean, it's sort of like a family heirloom. It's been passed down to the generations.
Yeah, you can roll an extra d6 for that one as well, but it's just so you can see what the full damage would have been. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's 30 points of damage, 5 of which is fire.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. You look at your shield, and it has left a scorched dent in the shield. Because your shield's not magical, is it?
No, it's not.
Yep, it's left a huge indentation where the metal's so hot that it's actually managed to cleave a bit into your shield.
Oh shit, I should have used Sacred Weapon.
But yeah, my elders in our tribe always said that, like, once a warrior that wields this weapon, proves himself worthy at some point, that it has like other magics that might happen. But I don't know. I don't consider myself a worthy warrior just yet. We did run away from 2 fights,
However, the power behind this says otherwise. I mean, if this is as powerful as it seems, you must be a mighty warrior to wield it regardless.
I don't know.
Why can you not turn from a fight?
I don't know. It's just not the way I've been, brought up. Like for my tribe, if anyone was like in any danger, you've always got to protect them, even if it meant like you falling.
I see. And the people.
And I feel like every time I run away from a fight, I do my parents and my elders dishonor.
And the people of your herd, what were they like?
They were really nice. Like, it's not like the tribe of the wolves. They're really cunning. They're really cheeky sometimes. Like the bear tribe were very nice, quite compassionate. Like we like simple things, like really nice food, like sausages. Like we like a drink. Um, but we were very like protective of our of our kin,
Of course.
and yeah, I mean think of like a bear, like a mama bear.
Mama bear. Uh, oh man, Tanner's conflicted.
I don't know.
Touching, really.
I I need to have a talk with you at some point, Grizz. I would like
Oh,
to know more about your herd, who they were.
Yes, yes. I can honestly say I'm moved as well.
well, I
Shut
mean,
He's just been standing, staring at you, like looking back and forth, watching this.
I mean, apart from like we've like got a very simple way of life. Um, I was told that our tribe, or as well as all the other tribes, like in our like near our forest and the mountains, it was quite close to like this really famous forest that was connected to the Feywild, and that's why some of our people have been blessed with magic, like like wild magic, and that I suppose that explains why I've got some abilities that might seem a little bit bit of magic in it.
Bit. It's more than a bit. Nearly
Yes.
cleaved through that man's shield.
The strength that you possess, Grizz.
Lots of practice, really. Like once the boys in my tribe get to a certain age, we get trained like in hunting, a lot of like yeah, just a lot of training, really.
But I'm
And
assuming you seem to excel faster than those beside you.
well, I mean, I was the biggest of our lot, and yeah, I was kind of yeah, I was kind of always been like this. I never had like too much trouble with like a lot of the physical stuff, and like sometimes we'd get like some bad people invading our lands, trying to get like some I don't know. My elders tell me that sometimes like some bad wizards and or witches would come and try and harvest some magic from the forest, and yeah, and that's why we were all like trained to protect our lands, because it's special in that.
I see.
But anyway, I mean, I like I said, it turns out that I'm not like really one of them. That they found me when I was little and kind of just chose to raise me as their own.
Well, there's
I mean, my
nothing.
parents were not properly happy because they don't have any children when they found me. So
Well,
Tanner. So Tanner's looking like the more he's listening, he's really intently looking, but he occasionally like just looks off, just kind of in thought. He looks conflicted.
anyway, should we carry on? I mean,
yes. Whack. Let's see if he gets a hit.
With advantage.
Oh, right. Okay. Sure.
No, it doesn't hit.
Oh, he's got some pluses to this. But no, not with that. Not with your AC.
No.
okay, maybe I'll just do some more training on like strength training, because I don't know. I don't want to hurt anyone more than I already have. So I'll just do like some bicep curls, maybe do a bit of leg.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, we could have a non-weapon sparring.
Yeah.
As you imagine doing some bicep curls, suddenly there's a weight to your arms, Grizz, as you suddenly see dumbbells appear in them.
Whoa, that's wicked.
Yeah.
What?
Just as soon as you think of it, in here, in this room, any kind of gym equipment suddenly summons and apparates.
Huh.
And you're starting to remember it's similar to the other room where you can imagine any furniture. In this room, you imagine any kind of apparatus, like gym equipment, it will appear. And yes, you like imagine like a bar to like do pull-ups on. Suddenly, just a metal bar
Happens
appears.
if Chris thinks of an
Yeah.
elliptical.
What did
Oh,
you think
man.
of? Sorry?
An elliptical.
An elliptical. Not been invented yet, but yeah, there's kind of like an old-looking wooden wheel with.
Grizz will imagine a replica of his great axe, just like a sort of the same weight,
Mm.
but then he'll sort of practice swings of it, like controlled swings, with just one hand on sort of first his left and then his right, just to kind of almost try and improve his swinging accuracy or
Mm.
dexterity, one might say.
And
So those are
Tanner,
sort of his intentions.
Tanner will probably be the target so he can get some practice in deflection, defenses, counters, that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, the sparring goes on for as long as you want, and until you get tired enough that you feel a long rest is probably in order at this point. But we'll
Yeah.
jump to Ember and Dara, who have been soaking in the bath, and whilst you're here as well, just spending a rest. I think did I make you roll your hit dice last time, didn't I? Yeah, you can
Yes.
both roll me d8s, I think, and you would just heal for that amount plus your constitution.
Yay.
But I know you're probably going to go for a long rest anyway, but you do notice that just soaking in this bath does start to heal you over time. So
Excellent.
you heal full.
Nice.
Alright, nothing better than a warm bath after a hard day's work. This is very much needed. Tyro, jump in. Take a load off. Or you left actually
Tyra's
to
in
the
the
library.
library.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Tyra's definitely in the library.
Tyro feels a tingling on his ears.
Okay.
It's the hot jets on the muscles. It does the massaging for you. It's great.
Yeah, they really set this place up nice. A little too nice though, Dia. I mean, at least where I'm from, you take advantage of a situation and eventually you end up owing. I don't know what we owe for this, but I imagine it's not free.
Do you mean the bath? Or do you mean
The
more in general?
hospitality in general. We've been provided servants. Snurg seems to, well, he doesn't listen to me so much anymore. I guess, I didn't really know who he was. It's kind of scary looking.
You have
But,
burned him several times. We tried to explain to you, I think.
Yeah, I got a
Sure,
little, I
you
got a
could
little
be
excited.
polite. Yes. These things happen, I know.
Yeah, you get a little excited. You see something you don't like the look of, and you try to defend yourself. He came at me when I was having memory problems. I didn't remember who he was.
They that might be something you might want to think about is, attacking something that surprises you before it attacks you first.
Yes, always get the first strike. I agree.
Well, Snurg and the rest of us only meant to help you. We didn't intend any harm, and certainly there was no cause for it.
No, but if it was,
Be wary, certainly.
an elf like you come out, but if it's a ugly looking spider, right,
Well,
yeah,
sure.
he's not the most attractive individual, I gotta say.
The fact that you think that all elves are good just proves to me how sheltered your life has been.
Not that I think all elves are good. It's that I just wouldn't.
You need to learn to see beyond the initial first impression. Do you see what I mean?
Perhaps.
You don't know anything about me. I could have been far more dangerous to you than Snurg.
At that, when Dia says that, he's gonna look around, like around the exterior of the bath, like,
You're not trying to kill me too, are ya?
Oh no. I have other things in mind.
Oh.
Better ways to spend my time and energies, but it's just making the point that one never quite knows.
Assassins everywhere. Very dangerous, this hut.
Very dangerous. Are you still feeling nervous?
Yeah, I
Roll a perception check.
Ooh, me or her?
Yeah, both of you.
Ooh.
You're talking about assassins everywhere.
Okay.
Oh god. Okay. One right behind me.
I-
There's something here.
Perception. There we go.
Okay. So I guess Dyer is the one kind of eyeing up around, whilst Ember, you're kind of still distracted by the question of, do you still feel nervous in the hut? Yeah, absolutely you do. But
Yeah.
Dyer's kind of keeping their cool head, and they do notice something, and it's not the most pleasant thing, because scurrying at the very edges of the bathhouse is something you would not like to see in a bath. Is a small rat,
Hmm.
and it crawls around the corners until it goes basically out of sight. But with a 25, there's something peculiar about this rat.
Of course there is.
Oh yeah, never a normal rat. Never a normal anything in this hut. No, its head has been scalped. You can see its brain,
Oh shit.
and it's kind of giving off a blue glow as it does. Probably what you noticed it for.
It has a blue glow all over or only on the
Nope.
head?
Just on the head.
Just on the head.
And it
Okay.
scurries around the edge and does go out of sight. It doesn't seem like it's sitting there spying on you, but it does pass through.
Okay. I'm not going to mention it to Ember, but I
Okay.
am going to be keeping my eyes open a little bit more carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do find this hut very unsettling. Yeah, definitely. Right now, I'm always looking. What's going to come next? I don't like being here.
I can't disagree. Literally, the strangest things could happen when you least expect it. I think what you need to do, at least until this curse goes away, is you need to remember why you were here and let that fuel your courage. It doesn't matter that you were afraid. You're here to
Yeah,
accomplish something.
yeah, I'm here to. Yeah, definitely. As you say.
The words make sense to you, Ember. They're logical and they sound advice, but for some reason there's still a crippling fear that is deep within your mind, and you know it's not your own. You know it's not reasonable to. It's not logical to be fearful, but there is some sort of affliction on you, and you are understanding it to be an affliction at this point, and not just a natural quirk.
Need to. You know. Really work this out. I think. I feel like my potential's being hindered by this. If we were able to fix this, I'd be able to much more effective with dealing with things around here. Uh, having to look over your shoulder continuously doesn't make it easy.
Yeah. As you do that, you look over your shoulder, but the rat's already gone. You
Fair
missed
enough.
it completely.
You just see my eyes tracking something across the wall.
Yeah,
But
what?
nothing.
It's just cahoots still sitting here,
Oh,
probably
hey.
cleaning their feathers.
Cahoots smell the rat.
I don't think cahoots spotted it. I'd say it's distracted. Just kind of like, I think if he did, it would go for it. We don't want to kill no rats just yet. But if we may, I'll quickly jump to Tara as it happens, because
Yep.
I know we're running short on time, but that's a good place to stop, I think, for those. So, Tara, funnily enough, on your way into the library, you spot the ever polite and amicable Daruka, and he's actually in conversation with Lady Mora right now. The one you were looking for all this time is
Oh,
conversing within the library.
Um, does it seem like they're sort of like, what is the nature of their conversation? And first of all, have they seen me? And what is the nature of their conversation?
Daruka looks like he's sat back, relaxed. He's got a pipe in hand, and he's just enjoying Lady Mora's company. Lady Mora is got a stern expression on her face, and
I'll
says,
I'll hang as far back as I can, and just not like trying to be stealthy necessarily, just not really moving in.
"Yeah,
And I'll observe their conversation with
okay,
my observant feet lets me read lips if I can see their faces.
wow, okay, cool. That is that's the first time you've used this. Nice. Okay, can you also roll me a stealth check though, if you're trying to be conspicuous? Inconspicuous. Yeah. Okay, so the distance from here is just barely audible, but reading lips, it makes it like well, no need for a perception check on hearing them. And you do hear Lady Mora, well, see and read that Lady Mora is saying, yes, we've had to lock her in. She is sleepwalking again. She keeps calling out her name as well. I think she thinks she can hear her. And Daruka says, just a phase. I'm sure she will be fine. It's nothing a little sleepwalking hurt anyone, right? I mean, actually, there is a few stairs. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, actually. But still, I wouldn't worry so much. You're overprotective of her. And Lady Mora kind of just, again, doesn't seem to be smiling or taking it as a joke. And she says, I think it doesn't hurt to be protective in a place like this. For some of us, at least. You're quite comfortable. And you see him smile and puff on his pipe. And just as he does, he kind of tilts his head. There's a flash to his eyes. And he spots you, Tyra, with his passive perception.
Yeah, I come in and I wave. Hello, I didn't want to interrupt your conversation.
The usual suspects.
Singular. Just me this time.
Oh, well. You're back from your excursion, I take it?
Yes, actually, Lady Moore, we were hoping to get some of your time as you were the sort of point of contact before we left. It would be good to debrief and catch you up on all of the happenings that occurred since then.
My duties have been filled today. I can help you if you wish.
Tomorrow, perhaps. Is there a... Where would be a good place to talk in private then?
Private?
Well, just, I don't want to bore Daruka with the details of our excursion.
She looks to the left and looks back at you. And he's going to roll an insight check just to see if she can understand that it's not just you don't want to bore him, but rather, you can get quite well. She says, well, my audience chamber is likely the best place for us to converse.
All right, delightful. I'll see you there at, say, 9 bells.
Very well, but it is good that you're back so early. Baba Yaga had, well, she had mentioned that she'd be leaving again tomorrow. But you made it back in less than a day. Impressive. you might be able to catch her before she leaves.
Well, it'll be good to catch up with you then, just to get your assessment.
Very well. I will speak to you in the morning. And
Good morning.
she gives a nod and then nods towards Daruka. And takes her leave. All right. Was there anything you'd like to do in the library, or is
Yeah, Taro was gonna just sort of satisfy his curiosity about the to spend some time researching the ethereal plane and how constructions like the one that he saw in the doorway might intersect or overlap with something like the hut, and how that might fit into the sort of holistic nature of the hut's defenses and that sort of thing. He's trying to basically figure out if perhaps that like crack or seam is one of the weaknesses that he should tell Baba Yaga about in the hut's defenses.
right? Okay. So you learn a bit about. You look up planes, look up transitive planes, and then finally pin down ethereal plane, which is actually a well-known plane. A lot of it has been deciphered over the years, but that's usually because it's so close to the material plane. It's one that overlaps, and it's also not much to it in terms of like exploration. There's just a set of rules that accompany it. The misty fog-bound dimension is sometimes known as a great ocean. Its border overlaps with the material, but you can fall deeper into the ethereal plane. Certain creatures can see into the border ethereal, as well like spells like see invisibility, true seeing, grant that ability. Because when you're actually invisible, you also appear in the ethereal as well. And you can't really hide yourself. It's like there's a essence that cannot be disguised. Some magical effects do extend into the ethereal, such as force cage and all of force, which sound very similar to what you encountered in that moment when you went up against the wall. And that would explain exactly why you couldn't teleport. Because as you do some research into the spell force cage, you notice that trying to teleport in and out of it, there's a resistance that you need to overcome with your sheer force of character. But a little bit more on the depth of the plane, because I mentioned that you can fall deeper into it. There is such a state called the deep ethereal, which is a region of swirling mists and colourful fogs. And you did see colour on the other side of that kind of glass-like barrier. And
Intriguing.
I need you to roll an investigation check to see if you can once again uncover something a little bit more just to gain a little bit more on this subject. Well,
Jesus.
John.
finish off the night. The ethereal plane. There's two states: the border and the deep. If you enter into the deep, you actually can end up falling into the astral plane, which is a realm of thought and dream, where visitors travel disembodied souls to reach other planes, both of the divine and demonic. It is a great silvery sea, and there are erratic whirlpools of colours that flicker mid-air, spinning like coins. These coins are somewhat like flat. They don't have like a third dimension to them. They are actually portals into other worlds. But if the hut sits in between the border and the deep, that would mean that it has access to thoughts and dreams, as well as interdimensional travel. And that is what we'll end up. I think that's what we'll end on, that one note. The hut is incredibly powerful if it has both those access to both those things. And you've
Wow.
already seen thoughts and dreams manifest. And now you're wondering what Eleanor was dreaming about. But yeah, on that note, I think we will wrap up tonight's session. Because there's you're getting too close to things. And it's just a great place to cut you off and stop you from
What the hell? No, it's a terrible place to cut us off.
That's right. I'll stop your knowledge by ending the session. This show is over. We're going off. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next week. But tune in tomorrow as well if you want to catch us with the Curse Breakers as we try to break the curse of Strahd. And straight after that with Tomb of Annihilation, the Last Resort Company. Thank you very much for watching. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Peace.